How do you come up with that?
Yeah, so we've seen inflation worldwide. So, like, the same way you don't blame Trump for a global pandemic is the same way I don't blame Biden for global inflation.
Okay.
Makes sense?
So let me ask you something that's just right here recent. You know, you watching TV and you see Obama reach over and grab Biden by the arm and he's pulling him along, trying to lead him over here to the side. And then you have what's her name, the House
Wait,
Speaker.
There are people who tell their friends to go this way all the time. That doesn't mean he's incoherent.
Well, hold on. He was leading him. You know, I used to lead my papa like that when he had dementia.
They were walking together right off of a stage.
Oh, is that? Well,
Yeah, that's literally what happened.
The only time I've been walked like that's when I'm drunk. Just saying.
No,
but
that was not. If you actually read it, that's not what happened. The woman gets up there, the House Speaker gets up there, and she's like, "Oh, that was not real." What do you mean it wasn't real? We watched it on TV. Hold on, I'll find it. I'll find her name there. She said it wasn't real, that the right wing made that up. I don't know what she'd be in reference to.
I had it pulled up.
But go ahead, show the video. I love to see it.
There a minute ago, and y'all got talking about the oil, so I went and looked that up. So
go ahead.
Because now you can't get me to believe that oil's better under Trump or under Biden than it was Trump.
It is actually being produced at a higher rate now than any country that ever has existed at any point in time.
Okay, I can prove that. So do you believe that the government makes everything better, whether it be Trump leading, whether it be Biden leading, whether it be the Smurfs leading? Do you think the government makes anything better?
So some things can get better, absolutely. So things can get better, right, given the government, of course, but not everything. It's not like necessary. There are certain things the government could jump in, and I would think it'd be worse for them to jump in and do.
Okay, like what? I mean, we finally agree on something, so I'm trying to hit on this. So what?
Yeah,
what do you think the government can't make better?
Yeah, I don't think the government should be like setting prices for clothes.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the government should be doing anything.
Really?
I mean, the government. Okay,
so you don't think there should be Medicare? You don't think there should be Medicaid? You don't think there should be Social Security? You don't think there should be unemployment insurance? You don't think that there should be food banks for children? You don't think that there should be any help for infrastructure? No roads, no police, no firefighters, nothing?
Do you know if we didn't have police on the streets that you wouldn't be able to walk outside without getting shot? We've done lived that. It's called the Wild Wild West.
So you want to know what's funny? You just critiqued yourself. Nice job. You just critiqued yourself. Good job.
I didn't critique myself.
Yeah, you did. You said you don't want any government, and now you're arguing that you want government through police. Police or government?
Okay, hold on. You was talking about money. When it comes to our money that they've already taxed,
how do you pay for police?
What do you mean we're taxed to pay their salary, right? Or does that money pop up?
Oh my God!
Or do they start printing money and just pop it?
You know what I mean? It's just like you just ran right into the point. Yeah, we get taxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the government. So you agree the government, being the police, right, is better than private police?
Well, I've never seen private police. I mean, I guess security guards at the mall's private police, I guess you'd say.
In order to call 911, should you have to pay a fine? I'm about to die right now, but do you want to accept this $2,000 fee for the police? Before I can't afford that. Oh, later, buddy.
Actually, around here, if you have to pay a certain amount to have your thing on the fire truck,
your house is burning down right now. Do you have enough money to pay for the house burning down for the firefighters? You don't? Let it burn, let it burn, let it shrivel up and burn.
Actually, that happens around here.
Well, with firefighters, it's less likely, right?
That's what I'm saying. If there's a certain tax you got to pay, or the fire department will sit there and watch your house burn down.
No, that where?
What you gonna bet? How much you gonna bet on this?
Give me where? I don't know. I've never heard this.
It's somewhere in Tennessee. It's right. Well, you're not certain on a lot of things. And then when people start making a thing, you start getting loud and over talking them.
I don't think I've done that with you, and you've been clearly incoherent. So.
Tax.
I think you're just saying that because you have no argument. You always cut people off. You don't let them speak.
What is it?
You gonna provide someone? Down, 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 down. No source.
It's somewhere in Tennessee, so. So what do you think that Biden's made better since he's been in there? Besides, he has made a lot of good commercials for old people home.
You want to say, Matt?
Nursing homes.
Hadley, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much, Hadley.
People are sending you money. You're not even on live.
They just love me, so that's why. Hey, thank you everybody for gifting me. I really appreciate it, but
Bro's not even doing anything.
I'm here to hold him accountable. That's what I'm doing.
That's
crazy.
My
job. That's my job.
That's crazy. Okay, sorry. What were you saying, Chucky?
I said, what has Biden made better since he got into office?
Well, he passed an infrastructure bill, which was bipartisan. There was a $35 cap on insulin. There was the Chips and Science Act, which is going to get us to produce 20% of chips supply, globally speaking, which is great. There was the PACT Act, which helps veterans exposed to toxic burn pits and other toxic substances like Agent Orange. There's plenty of things that he passed.
Mm.
Could you name me one policy that Trump influenced to get passed that benefit people?
Yeah, he did a whole lot of tariffs, so we didn't have to pay for all the taxes that
tariffs are a tax that increase prices. And Trump recently just said, "Thank you for Jack. I appreciate the $1.69. Thank you so much for the firefighter."
So, would you rather for us to pay for it, or would you rather for another country to pay for it?
When you put a tariff on
South Fulton County Fire Department is where that's at.
Chucky,
did you hear me?
Chucky, when you put a tariff on goods coming into the country, the consumers in America pay that.
We're already paying it.
No, so what you just did was you increased consumer prices. You're saying, I don't want inflation. Prices are too high. But instead of having federal income tax, let's increase tariffs over 100% on every commodity and increase prices by 2 times. What a great idea.
So you're saying that taxes are
Matt
not
got more money.
Dude, thank you for the $20 on Venmo.
Bro, what is going on?
So you're saying taxes are lower
Matt,
now.
You're paid by the DNC, bro. Paid by the DNC, bro. What's up? What were you saying, Chuck?
You're saying taxes are lower now than they was when Trump was in office.
Taxes are still under Trump tax policy.
That's not real at all, man.
Yes, it is. What are you talking about? It's a 10-year tax policy.
Find it on your little phone there. Show me where it says that. Even on a Democratic platform, show me where it says that.
Yeah, it's a 10-year tax plan. That's if you look up the Tax Cut and Jobs Act.
Show it to me. You show everybody everything else. Show it to me there, boss. And did you hear me about it's South Fulton County in Tennessee is where you got to pay a $75 a month service fee to have your house guarded. It's right here on www.npr.org.
And you think that's a good thing? And you think that's a good thing?
I said it wasn't.
Okay, well, it sounds like we agree. But you were advocating for that earlier, but okay.
Okay.
So
show me the taxes.
The source is HR
under.
Yeah. So the sources is HR 1. Well, I'm just telling you where to find it.
It says what now, Rick?
Enact to. What's it called? HR 115 Congress 2017-2018 enact to provide for reconciliation pursuant to titles 2 and 5 of the current resolution on the budget for fiscal year 2018. Okay. Rose, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Rose. I appreciate it. You can also go to Investopedia. You can see them say that there's a 10-year effect. You can go to the IRS Tax Cut and Jobs Act, the comparison for businesses, right? And you can see that as well. It's 10 years.
Yeah. So more people around where I was at was working and everything was better before Joe Biden got in there.
Say it again?
Look at the homelessness in Knoxville, Tennessee. And look how much it's grown.
Can you give me what he did?
Years.
Can you give me what he did to cause that?
Well, I mean, half these people can't even pay to live nowhere.
You act like that didn't exist. You act like that didn't exist in the Trump's administration, one. And two, what policy did Biden pass that caused that?
Okay, well, the houses that they used to live in, now we have illegal immigrants in it. Or
what policy did Joe Biden? Dude, like, you're not answering my questions, Chucky. I don't want to ask you the same questions over and over again. What policy did Joe Biden?
And I just told you that the houses that he lived in, that them people lived in, are now occupied by the people that Biden let across the border. What didn't you understand about that?
So, can you say that one more time? Sorry.
The taxes or the people that he let across the border now live in the houses that the lower income people lived in. Now are occupied by illegal immigrants.
No. So can you give me a source that says that? Because one, if you're talking about
Knoxville, Tennessee, look, just go to Knoxville, Tennessee and look up the homeless rates. All you got to do, bub.
Yeah.
I go by there every day. I ain't got to read the news. I can see it.
Dude, it's like the level of patience I have to deal with this bullshit is unbelievable. So again, Chucky, what you're not understanding is that just because you see differences in the rates doesn't mean that it's caused by a particular candidate. So when I ask you for a policy he influenced to get passed that caused this, and you can't provide anything for me, right? Well, then I'm going to ask you, or I'm going to tell you, you have nothing. You have no base to the claim.
Oh, so more people on the street is no basic to any claim. Well, that's crazy. But okay.
More people being homeless does not mean it was caused by Biden. Mm-hmm. The same way that when there was an increase in the unemployment rate under Donald Trump's administration, that doesn't mean it was caused by him.
Well, no, that was caused by COVID.
So you identify external factors that would have caused this. Well, I can say the same way you say global pandemic, I can say global inflation. Like it's like you don't know what to say, or like the Federal Reserve's response to COVID.
And then who caused that inflation?
Federal Reserve.
It was Trump too, wasn't it?
No, Federal Reserve and gas prices globally.
Man, the craziness is unreal with you. But anyways, man, I'll let you get back to what
literally take one economics course, please.
Take one economics course. You ain't got to take one when you can drive by and see the people sitting out there. People suffering everywhere, and we'd rather send money to Ukraine than here.
Dude, great fucking analysis, Chucky, dude. Wow, you're really intelligent. It's like I've responded to this like 6 times. That's a correlation causation fallacy. Just because two things are associated doesn't mean one caused the other. That same reasoning would be saying Trump caused 14.7% unemployment. It would also be saying that people eating ice cream because there's higher rates of ice cream consumption during the summer causes higher rates of violent crime because there's higher rates of violent crime during the summer. So do you believe that eating ice cream causes violent crime? Get a grip.
Oh, no.
Yeah, correlation doesn't equal causation. So why do you apply that to Biden's administration?
Do you think rules and regulations stop violent crime? Like Chicago and their gun laws and California and all that?
I think, yeah, certain types of laws will lower crime. That's the whole point of our justice system, right? It's to be a deterrent for crime.
Chicago, that's all I got to say to that. They have the toughest, strictest gun laws.
Yeah, Chicago doesn't even rank in the top 10 for homicide, doesn't it? It doesn't even rank top 10, right? Why do you keep bringing up Chicago? Why do people keep saying Chicago? What the? You have no clue what you're talking about.
It's okay.
It's literally a typical conservative talking point, bro.
Yeah, I know you're lost it. So I don't know.
You getting a call? Yeah, dude, unbelievable. Which is partially in Missouri, by the way.
St. Louis, Detroit, Baltimore, Memphis, Kansas City, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Stockton.
Yeah, he left anyway. So, dude, people are insane.
Yes, sir.
Well, you got to be 18 plus to join the live. Thank you very much for telling me. All right. All right, let's get this next person up. Only sending requests if you will vote for Trump, y'all. All right, let's get this next individual. All right. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, or you can send money over TikTok here, y'all. Also, follow me here if you haven't already, because TikTok does have me banned on the main account. So I'm going to be here for the whole week. Unless I get a ban here. You, what's up? How old are you?
38.
Are you voting for Trump?
Specifically not me. I'm speaking on behalf of somebody else. But yes, they are voting for Trump.
What do you mean you're speaking on behalf of someone else, bro? What the fuck are you talking about? All right, let's get to this next person. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, what's good, Parker? I'm 22.
Yeah, you voting for Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
Before we get started, I just want to say I have a best friend that looks, talks, and acts exactly like you, but he's on the Red Wing side. So it's hilarious watching your lives.
Anti-Parker?
What's up?
So you're telling me he's the anti-Parker?
No, dead ass, bro. It's the funniest thing to watch. Like intelligence level, everything is the exact same.
Well, it's not possible if he's a Trump supporter. That's crazy.
That's a fair point. I'm not actually voting for Trump. I just had to tell you that so that you let me up here.
Okay. All right, let's get on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. That's probably a bit of a brain fuck, huh? Yeah, he's got an anti-Parker. He said he has someone that sounds exactly like me, looks like me, and is Trump supporter. I was like, fuck, dude. Yeah, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, are you voting Trump?
Yes.
Why?
Why not? Tell me where things have gotten in this last 3 years that have made it any better than where we were. We've got people dying all across the globe. We've got crime up. Interest rates are up.
Crime's gone down.
What's
Interest
going
rates are
down?
set to go down in the future if inflation goes down continually. We've had one of the best recoveries of COVID, right, in the developed world. If you want to talk about how like the economy is bad right now, sure, I don't dispute you like that. Like everything in the economy is not good. There's definitely huge issues that exist, but you can't deny the fact that we have a better recovery than basically every other developed nation.
I guess I can't argue that, but okay. So let me ask you this: if we're left with Trump versus Biden, why would you think that Biden is a better alternative than Trump? There's nothing left to the guy.
There definitely is, right? He's still there.
There definitely is.
This whole idea that he's not there is a bit crazy. Mel, thank you for the media shower. Thank you so much. That's one thing too. He's a proven sexual abuser, proven fraudster. He's an election denier. He's been undermining our American democracy for the past few years with no sufficient evidence to indicate that he won. He put multiple Supreme Court justices in office with the explicit.
That's not what I'm. But hold on, that's not what I'm getting at. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm talking about Biden. Why do you think that Biden still has the cognitive skills to be able to conduct himself as president? The guy can hardly walk. He can hardly speak.
He can walk.
There's
he can speak. That's a lie.
Oh, come on.
Sean, I'm not going to dispute you.
Seriously.
I'm not going to dispute you. There are certain moments where there are gaffes with Biden. The same thing happens with Trump. You understand that, right? There are certain gaffes with Trump. There are certain moments with Trump. It's not all the time. You claiming it's all the time, it's chronic, is actually ridiculous.
Let's go 80%.
No.
No, what would you say? What would you say then?
I'd say probably like less than 5% of the time. Less than
Oh
6%.
my God. Okay. It's okay. Yeah, that's sure. That's
Chris,
an opinion.
thank you for the $1. Thank you so much. And Drew, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much, Drew. I really appreciate it. W Drew in the comment section. Thank you.
I guess I'm too new to this to know what they're doing. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
What is that? Are they paying you or?
Who?
I don't know. What are those? I guess what are those things they're doing? I don't know what they're doing. Like the hearts and stuff. What is that?
Yeah. It's just people donating.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So I guess I don't know. The way I look at it, home ownership is at a big loss right now. It's a lot harder to buy a home than it was 4 years ago.
How's that caused by Biden?
How is it caused by Biden?
Yeah.
Biden's presidency isn't affecting interest rates.
No.
So what does Biden affect?
The Fed is what influences interest rates.
I understand that, but what does Biden? What can you attribute Biden to?
Yeah, he influenced the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the $35 cap on insulin. He influenced the Chips and Science Act, the PACT Act, influenced the Build Back Better, American Rescue Plan, the student debt repayment, plenty of things.
So all of the good and none of the bad is what you're saying then.
I don't have anything specifically I could say that like is overwhelmingly bad that Biden has caused through like economic policy. The bad I would attribute to people like Joe Biden would be related to things like foreign policy, like how he treats like the Israel-Palestine situation, right? The genocide that's going on there, helping fund Israel. I definitely disagree with that. It is sad to say that Trump is even worse than that. He claims to support Israel to a greater extent. So although I see it to be very bad with Joe Biden, I see it to be clearly worse with Donald Trump. I also do think that both Biden and Trump have engaged in racist behaviors. I can see a distinction between them as it relates to how they apologize for it. I do see Biden more likely to apologize for these things, whereas Trump is unlikely to do so. So that definitely demonstrates better character there for Biden, although there's still bad character with the historical racism for both.
I agree with you there. What do you think of Biden's commercial that he had not too long ago about him eating fried chicken with a bunch of black kids and then eating pizza? And I mean, wow, the suggestive racism in that was pretty deep.
I haven't seen that clip, and I don't know if
you're kidding me.
I don't know if eating chicken with groups and communities of people is a racist thing.
Okay, so
it probably depends on like the context.
Okay, so
Killer Kicks, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. And Brandon, thank you for the $25 from the Deep State Daily Dividend. Thank you so much, Brandon. I really appreciate it.
Okay, so Biden's sitting there with a group of 4 or 5 black kids, and he brought them fried chicken. But instead of him eating fried chicken, he ate pizza instead. And then he offers them watermelon. You don't see anything bad about that? There's no suggestive racism?
It does sound like it could be related to things that I might associate with racism. But if it was like something that was like, I'm pretty sure I've heard this, that they specifically requested like chicken.
No. Biden is the one.
Can you show me the video?
Chicken. I guess I don't know how to do that.
It sounds like they asked him to bring particular things and he brought things.
No, that's not the way it went. I guess I don't know how to.
With chicken, because we did go over this. This is definitely something I've heard.
If you pull up the video, you can.
You're the one who made the clip, man.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I guess what do I do? Where do I type it into? How to search for it?
This is what you were saying, not me.
Well, right, but if you're going to speak on it, I mean, I can't. You had to have seen it. There's no way you couldn't have seen it.
No, I have not seen it.
Huh. Well, then I guess you just won't see it. I don't know. It's definitely out there.
Okay.
Cool. Well, I don't know. I think your argument is definitely moot, and the point that you think that Biden is a better president over Trump. I think we definitely will see another Trump presidency, and hopefully things get put back on track. And
would you vote for someone that's been held legally responsible for sexual abuse?
Oh, come on. This sexual abuse is a bunch of shit. Come on, man. Really?
Mel, thank you for the diamond gun. Thank you so much, Mel. I appreciate it. I don't think so. I think clearly speaking that it's something we can point to.
What do you, I guess I don't understand what you just said. The things that Biden has a pretty checkered history when it comes to sexual bullshit too. Come on.
What? Can you give me any time where he's been held legally responsible?
I don't know.
Can you give me any time where he's been held legally responsible for sexual abuse?
Okay, so why are these things only happening now? Why hasn't Trump been held to this in the last 20 years? Why is it happening just now?
Women have been coming out about him in terms of allegations for decades. This is
why is it okay? But why is it happening now? Why hasn't it happened?
Well, one, statute of limitations related to civil courts. 2, it typically takes victims decades to come out in plenty of scenarios. Right, that's
and
typical.
It's because he's
and 3. The charge that you're specifically referencing is 2019, right?
It's because it's politically motivated.
No.
Oh, come on.
No, it's not politically. Even if it was politically motivated to bring up, that doesn't change whether or not the jury would convict him.
I guess I don't know. Okay, well, furthermore, what about the falsifying of business records? That's a bunch of shit too.
No, you just say everything shit. He absolutely
But
falsified
it is though.
business
But it is
records.
though.
He was
Okay,
convicted beyond a reasonable doubt.
What did he falsify?
He falsified business records, bro. I just said it.
What did he falsify? What did he falsify?
I just told you.
No, you didn't. What in specific did he falsify?
He falsified business records.
Okay, that's not giving me okay, what did he falsify? In particular, what did he falsify?
I don't know what you're asking me, man. I just told you.
I guess you don't. Yeah, right. Yeah. Good luck, man. Trump.
He said,
Trump
what did he falsify? I told you he falsified business
Trump,
records. You said,
Trump
what did he
2024.
falsify? I told you he
Trump
falsified business records.
Get used to it.
You have like 20 IQ.
Get used to it, buddy.
You have
Get
20
used to
IQ.
it.
You gave me
Get
no
used to
argument.
it. Get used to it. Get used to it.
You think that like triggers me or something? I've heard it a million times.
I'm not trying to trigger you at all.
So then will you give me an argument?
I already have. I just have, and you can't answer to it.
You asked me what.
Okay, well, what did he falsify? What did he falsify?
Business records.
Okay, what in particular about his business records did he falsify?
So he marked them off as a business expense, right? Marked it off as a business expense when, as a campaign expense. Sorry.
No, that's not true.
$30,000 as a campaign expense, right? When it is the case that this is hush money, one, and two, it was related to politics. Him trying to not let this.
No, we're talking about two separate things. I'm talking about the first bunch of bullshit that he was brought into court over, not this last one, where supposedly that he devalued his property or overemphasized value of property.
That's fraud. You're just jumping in between cases.
Well, that's the first one I'm talking about.
No, we didn't even talk about fraud.
Standard.
The falsified business records and fraud are two separate cases.
Listen.
Dude, this guy's no clue what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Trump 2024 for prison.
Yep. Well, that's not going to happen.
Thank you for the $10. Thank you so much, Hadley. Thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Trump 2024 for prison. Let's go. Trump 2024 prison. Let's see it. I can't wait. 34 felonies, proven sexual abuse, proven fraud, election denial.
And we all know that's not going to happen.
He should be.
We all know that's not going to happen.
Regardless of whether or not it's going to happen, he should be in prison.
It's not going to happen.
Under my ideal world, that guy would be in prison for the rest of his life.
I'm sure according to your ideal world. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
If in your ideal world,
sure you're not sure what bathroom you should
in
be
your
using
ideal world, Trump would be in prison for the rest of his life.
I'm sure you're not sure what bathroom you should be using either.
Type 1 in the comment section if in your ideal world, Trump would be in prison for the rest of his life.
Right. What bathroom do you use?
Thank you for the handout. Thank you. What bathroom do I use?
I bet you're not sure, are you? You're probably not sure.
Trump does it in people's mouths, or also in his mouth.
I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about him.
Well, you brought it up, so I responded, buddy. You brought it up, so I responded.
Which bathroom do you use? He also uses. You don't know, do you? You don't know, do you?
He also uses his diaper.
You don't know, do you? Oh shit!
Are you trying to ask me if I use the men's restroom?
I'm trying to ask you which one do you use?
The men's restroom.
Okay, I wasn't sure. To me, it looks like you squat when you pee, so I'm not sure.
Are you trying to say I'm trans?
Hey, you brought it up, not me.
So you just want to be transphobic?
You're the one bringing it up, not me.
Let's say I am trans. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Hey, if that's what you are, man, more power to you. I appreciate that.
And you understand that not all trans people sit, right? He put multiple Supreme Court justices in office with the explicit reason of overturning Roe versus Wade, which restricts tens of millions of women's access to abortion. Just a few things to mention.
And have we seen any of these actions in the world actually happen?
Yeah.
And if so, can you please list the names, please?
Of what particular claims?
Every claim that you just named.
I list the names of the ones specifically. So you want me to show you him putting particular Supreme Court justices in office with the explicit reason of overturning Roe versus Wade? I can show you a clip of him saying that he wants to put pro-life judges, and that when he puts pro-life judges, that they're going to overturn Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, I'd like to see
because that's what he believes.
Yeah.
Wait, so do you not dispute it, or do you dispute it? You can say that's what he believes, but then that's still what he did, and I proved it.
That's a topic that I personally stay out of.
Wait, Dom, do you dispute it?
No.
Okay. So tell me a point you claim, and I'll address it.
I just want to say, like, all these moms in here, can you please stop coming for me? I'm just trying to, give out my true ability on what I think. You guys are way older than me, and thank you. Please shut up. Appreciate it.
Yeah, people in here are pretty savage, huh?
Yeah.
For no reason.
Exactly. Me and
Everyone's
my
got
friend.
differing opinions.
Exactly, and I think that's what.
Can you guys just like debate?
Okay. Andrea White, please shut up.
Oh my gosh, some random person said something in the comments section. Wah. Stop being a snowflake. Fucking argue against my points. What the hell are you talking about? Of course, when you go on a live with 3.9 thousand people, there'll be people in the comment section that say shit. Grow up. It's the internet. Now give me an argument.
Shout out to Lucy. What's up?
Dom, you keep addressing the chat. I'll just go on to the next person. Respectfully, there's like 50 people in the guest box I can go talk to that aren't going to do this.
All right. Is there any way you can invite my friend up because he knows a lot about
Yeah, what's their name?
His name's. Give me a second.
Before I go quick too.
Don't know your friend's name? Like, what, dude? Dom. This guy, bro. Like, what is up with Trump supporters, dude? It's actually insane.
Are you saying that because I'm black?
What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Dude, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard, bro.
One more argument that I would
actually brain rot, dude.
One more argument I'd put in support of Trump is the fact that there were no new wars from 2016 to 2020, which I think he, for some reason, gets shit upon for his what's the term? Foreign affairs, but yet the world was at peace for the most part.
The world was not at peace. He increased military drone strikes in the Middle East by 450%. There was literally a proxy war against Russia in Syria. He gave weapons of war to Saudi Arabia, which committed a genocide in Yemen, starving 85,000 Yemeni children through a blockade.
What about the money that Biden gave?
Can I keep going? He also assassinated a top military general in Iran, which provoked conflict against Iran. They specifically targeted U.S. Military places.
Yeah, and then we had a balloon fly over the entire country under Biden.
A balloon fell over the country under Biden's administration. That means that he's the worst president I've ever seen.
No, that just shows weak leadership.
Nice argument. Was it not weak leadership under Trump's administration when all of those things happened that I just mentioned? Is it not weak leadership that he did nothing with North Korea? Is it not weak leadership that the people at the G7 summit, like Boris Johnson, like Emmanuel Macron, and Justin Trudeau were all laughing at him insofar as he saw it and he baby raged and left the event? Is that what a strong leader does? They baby rage and leave events because people mock them?
Did nothing about North Korea.
So strong.
What do you mean by that?
Trump's the strongest guy. So strong. Go for it, Kyle.
Yeah, I was just trying to. I said, what do you mean? What do you mean? There was nothing done with North Korea.
Nothing happened. They started resuming nuclear tests like a few weeks later.
Okay, I'd still say that's a pretty big step.
Kyle, you're just actually ridiculous. That's a big step. They stopped for a small period of time. Wow, dude, what a great step. What a big step. They stopped, and a few weeks later, they resumed. Oh my God. Huh. Wow. We should vote for the proven sexual abuser because of that. Kyle, get a grip. Now, Parker,
no, because the world was in a better place.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you, Parker?
22.
Are you voting Trump?
Yeah.
You are? You said yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, you were talking about something that benefits the middle class, and the 2017 Tax Reform Act benefited the middle class a lot.
No, the Tax Cut and Jobs Act didn't. It actually decreased after-tax income for the lowest quintile in the middle class while increasing it for the top 1%, top 0.1% in the highest quintile, which means that through the overall effect of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, it increased the tax burden on the middle class and the lowest quintile while decreasing it for the rich people. So it's quite literally Robin Hood for the rich. Take money from the poor, give to the rich. That's what you want to do, Parker?
No, that's not what it was, actually.
That's literally what it does. You can find this from a
My
distributional
spending
analysis
power
from
in
the tax
2017
policy.
was much
you
higher
can
than
find
it is
this.
right now.
You can find this from a distributional analysis of the Tax Policy Center and the Joint Committee on Taxation. There's two distributional analyses that come to similar these same results.
Well,
Yeah, Parker, when you swipe out of the app, I can't hear you.
well, the one I'm looking at, it got plenty of evidence that the percentage, I think it went from like 39% to 33%.
Oh yeah, so that's not how overall taxes are looked at. Thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate Sydney. Thank you so much. So if it wasn't 33. I don't know where you got that number from. But yeah, I do think that it wasn't like 37 is the highest one under Trump. But yeah, so that's one thing too. If you want to, and that's for the highest income earners. Second of all, it is the case that
No, it wasn't the top 1%.
Appreciate the dancing. Thank
it
you.
was not the top 1%.
Yeah, 37, 39. That is the top
Real quick,
bracket.
my connection sucked.
Yeah, Kyle, I know you've got
here.
MAGA mobile, so I'll just drop you. Don't worry. All right. You were saying, Parker?
I said that was not the top 1%.
I said it was the top tax bracket, Parker.
Yeah, but that's not what it was benefiting, though.
Thank you. Okay, if
It
the
didn't-
top
it
tax
didn't make-
bracket
it didn't make the rich
decreases,
richer and
that
the
definitely
poor
would
poorer.
benefit in likelihood. But what we can't identify is other tax deductions that might throw that off, right? Getting rid of that or changing tax credits and stuff like that. If we look at the overall effect of the tax policy, the after-tax income, that clearly is it's clearly negatively impacted for the middle class and the lowest quintile under the Trump tax cuts. Again, I just told you where you can find this through two distributional analyses. Can you give me any other study or evidence indicating otherwise?
Well, I just showed you the study. I just told you the study. I mean, I can't just pull it up because I'm talking.
What's
to
the
you,
study?
but I told you what it was.
No, you didn't give me a study. You said that there was like a bracket difference.
I said there was a break in the taxes that benefited the middle class.
No. Give me any source that indicates that.
I just told you the source. I just said the source.
Parker, respectfully, you didn't. Is this the source? Is it this?
It was literally from the IRS.
Look at this. The
It was literally
IRS
from
the
the
IRS does
IRS.
not have a distributional analysis on what's going to happen with the overall effect of the tax policy because the tax policy is still in effect. Thank you for the superpower. Thank you so much. Is this it?
It's in effect till 2025, right?
It's the full effects through 2027.
Okay, but still.
Still what?
It still went down from 2017 from the IRS. It showed.
We're still under Trump tax policy.
Okay, and how is it? So is this part of the reason you voted for voting for Biden too? Was you think? that,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
the rich
yeah.
are always
He
getting
wants-
richer and the poor are getting poor.
Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. Yeah, trickle down economics negatively impacts the middle class. Wages have not been keeping up with productivity since we've adopted trickle down economics in the 80s.
You also think the. So let's talk about the wars going on.
Okay, go for it.
So you're saying Biden is also supporting Israel, right?
Yeah, and that's bad. But he has drawn a red line.
So you do know that when the events happened on October 7th, that when Hamas did that, if multiple times, if Israel were to back off, you know for sure Hamas wouldn't. But if Hamas backed off, then Israel would for sure.
If Israel backed off of its occupation and the blockades that it has over Gaza and its occupation of the West Bank, Hamas wouldn't be fighting Israel.
No, they
That's
still would.
quite literally the whole claim.
No, they still would because they're still a terrorist group. So they'll just do whatever.
How did they get power? Funding through Israel, and because of occupation, right? If you occupy a group of people, and then you wonder why there are communities arising that are trying to fight against that occupation, I don't know what to tell you, right? I don't support Hamas. I disagree with Hamas completely. Okay, I condemn them, but you can't be fucking surprised when a community that is being occupied fights against the occupier. This happens in every single aspect of history. Okay, this is not new, right? Like, yeah, but think about it. American Revolution. What happened? They fought against people that were occupying them unjustly.
Yeah, but that was not as aggressive as,
oh my God, those terrorists, American revolutionaries, those terrorists, them putting all the tea into the ocean. How dare they?
You hear me though? It's not as aggressive as how they did it.
What do you mean it's not as aggressive? You understand American revolutionaries were tar and feathering tax collectors? Do you realize how crazy that is?
Yeah, but you realize how crazy it is that...
Tar and feathered. Do you know what it means to be tarred and feathered?
What does it mean?
Hot tar all over your body, and they put feathers on you. So you get burns all over your body because it's hot.
Okay.
Did you take a history course?
Yeah.
Did you listen in elementary and in middle school? Because that's when they taught us about this.
Yeah, I know. It's just, it's been a while.
Okay. Well, you're the same age as me, Parker. Right? 22?
Yep, and the same name.
So it wasn't that long ago because I'm the same fucking age as you. I'm literally the same age as you.
Yeah, okay. But you also would know way more because you do this for a living, so.
I don't talk about American, like the Revolutionary War.
By the way, I say stuff you know more, like stuff
Parker,
you know more.
Parker,
like,
how many branches of government do we have?
I'm talking about not. I'm talking
Parker,
about
how many branches of government are there in the U.S.?
3.
And what are they?
Executive, legislative, and I don't remember the other one.
Judicial.
Yep, that's right. Judicial. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew there was 3, and I said 2. I just got a little brain fart, being up here in front of all these people.
Yeah. Can you tell me what is the fraction 2 out of 3 equal?
Bro, why are we
in
doing
percentage
this?
terms?
We're not even talking about Trump and Biden anymore. Why are you doing this?
Cassie, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Thank you so much. And Chase, thank you for the $2. I was just showing that you were a bit ridiculous.
You still didn't tell me that what Hamas was doing was okay. You still didn't tell me why.
I condemned it. Did you not listen to me?
Yeah, but you
how
said
they can make 2 Parkers so different. Sharp, thank you for the money gun. Thank you.
Yeah, but you said it was just as bad as the American Revolution.
Agbor, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Never said it was the exact same. I just said that they both had violent uprisings. It's like, oh my God, there's a violent uprising towards an occupational force. Wow, I didn't expect that.
It's just crazy, like all that the Jewish people have gone through, and like people are still hating on them. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but anti-Semitism, like existing in the world, does not justify violent occupation and displacement and ethnic cleansing of Palestinians. Like, I'm just sorry, but like, what the hell are you talking about? The ethnic cleansing of Jewish people would not justify the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians. Yeah, one genocide doesn't outweigh the other. Yeah, one genocide doesn't justify another one. One ethnic cleansing doesn't justify another one.
Why do you think it's ethnic cleansing, though?
they forcefully removed people and kept them out of these areas forcefully.
Both have done that.
You know what the Nakba is?
Huh?
Do you know what the Nakba is?
No.
That's ethnic cleansing. That's the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians from these lands. The forceful displacement and continued forceful displacement so that they cannot come back into these lands. That's what ethnic cleansing is.
Okay, that's the same thing with Israel, though.
What do you mean?
Hamas is doing the same thing.
How is Hamas ethnic cleansing Israelis?
Isn't that what you just said earlier? That they're both...
They have not forcefully displaced Israelis and continued to displace them. Like what?
Yeah, they kidnap them and take them.
That's not ethnic cleansing, but that's wrong.
Okay, so give me your definition of ethnic cleansing.
I already defined it for you.
Let me hear it again.
Forced and continued removal of an ethnic group from a particular set of land or a living area.
That's literally kidnapping them and taking them to their land. That's literally the same thing you just said.
You just kidnapping one person or like a few people is not ethnic cleansing because it's not ridding an area of a particular ethnicity by forcefully displacing them and continuing to displace them.
There's way more than a few people.
These people fucking vote, dude. These people vote, dude. Obviously, I know there's a few people, but that's not ethnic cleansing.
Okay, well, we're not going to reach a common ground with that one, so.
Because you're irrational.
The craziest out of all of them is how you think Biden is still there.
Parker, I'm not even sure you're there. Okay. Yeah, I think Biden's there.
Like literally every day I see a video of him like he just yesterday or 2 days ago, like he was frozen and Obama had to help him off the stage.
Oh, I haven't done that yet. I'll show you. You just pull that up. Sorry, say that again, Parker. I apologize.
I said literally just yesterday or 2 days ago, I literally saw a video of like Biden just frozen and Obama had to help him off the stage.
Yeah, so you saying that specifically it was him helping him off the stage, right, is not a verified claim. You can watch the video, right? That is not him, like, making it so that he can, go off the stage, right, and, like, guiding him like he can't walk himself.
And him, like, saying, like, pause on the teleprompter and him, like, stuttering over his words.
He has a stutter. So are you just going to be ableist?
No, it's
Daniel,
like,
thank you for the $3. Thank you so much. And Agbor, thank you for the $2.
Literally, like
the anti-Parker character. Yes,
you can watch it. You can watch a documentary on how people go about their life with dementia, and it's literally like spot
Parker,
on.
my grandma had dementia. It's not even close.
I know,
Grandma. I promise.
that have had
They called you.
and it's
yeah, Parker.
very similar.
No, it's not. You're bullshitting.
Okay.
It's chronic. It's all the time. It's not just like, 1 or 2 times out of fucking how many years, dude? Get a grip, dude. You don't know what dementia is.
And also the diary is like crazy.
Yeah, so like the diary is hers, but the contents that were listed on that particular page that you're thinking of are not verified. She's come out and said that there are...
It's written,
lying.
And they're there.
You're lying. So again, right, those contents have not been verified of that particular page, right? She came out and specifically said that there were things grossly misinterpreted about people.
Dude, of course she's going to say that.
And please finish.
Related.
Parker, shut up.
Of course.
Luba, thank you for the $6.66. Thank you so much. And that there were false accusations lobbed at people she cares about.
Of course, dude. Of course, she's gonna say that. They're related. Of course.
Okay, so then again, how are you supposed to get verification of these documents?
He doesn't want to ruin the reputation of literally a family member running. I mean, it's just that's common sense.
Yeah. So again, you just saying that means you're not going to accept anything to verify the document. Verify the page.
It verified from the person that wrote it. That's all you need.
Yeah, that would be who verifies it, or like a handwriting, professional.
And that's exactly And
neither of those have indicated that the page is verified.
So if I write like a document that I'm working at a job and I have to go through the employment agreement and I signed a document, that's not enough evidence.
So again, so specifically that page, you would have to indicate that it was, I appreciate the subscription, thank you so much, Louise, that it was her handwriting on that particular page, right? And that was verified by her. Like she would say, I wrote that, right? Or we'd be able to indicate that the handwriting is hers.
It's her diary. Of course she wrote it.
Just because it's her diary doesn't mean that all the pages that are claimed to be listed with inside of them, right, are hers. Like things that she's written.
Why would someone just write that? How could someone get a hold of that?
Because people they steal it and then they forge things to be able to create like a political narrative against Joe Biden.
Okay, so if you say that, then I could say all your claims of sexual abuse are forged.
They're not, because he's been held legally responsible for sexual abuse by a jury. 7 men, 2 women.
And these they could be lying too.
Enzo, thank you so much for the $10 on Cash App. Thank you so much.
So he doesn't get voted in November. They could all be lying, just like how you think that the diary is forged. They could how that could have been written by someone else. So these people could be lying. I could say the same thing.
So people stealing the diary and it not being confirmed by the person who wrote it is not the same thing as a jury lying on a particular court case. All right, most court cases are likely in determining the guilt of the individual, right, if they convict them or if they hold them legally responsible. So it is most likely the case that he has done this. So it's just like statistically speaking, we have the best argumentation for saying that he's done this.
Are you saying there's no like physical proof from the person itself? There's no physical proof of that.
Again, we're talking about writing something down in your diary. Like, for example, right, if this book was stolen from me, right, and someone wrote things in it, right, I didn't write those things. Think of this subscription. Thank you so much. They claim it's my diary, it's my writings, right? If I don't confirm that, it's unverified. Does that make sense?
No, because you're still writing it, so.
Parker, I'm sorry, but you just need to use your brain. It's about handwriting. If you can determine that it's my handwriting based upon a handwriting professional, then please show that.
I can't. It's an own family member. I just can't think that some of those pages were forged. There's no way.
When you just say there's no way, that's an assumption. You're just assuming that for no reason.
Well,
did you not mean to join up, by the way?
No, I did.
Okay, good. I was just making sure. Love you.
To say hi. I love you too.
You're funny. Did you come up to say that?
Yeah.
You're cute.
Who's this?
My girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Can we get a W Marge in the comment section, everyone? Can we get a W Marge? She's left me, everyone. She's left me. She's not even in California right now. I'm so sad.
I will say you do got a dope ass job though.
Appreciate it.
Right out of college, working damn near 9 to 5, so it kind of sucks.
Yeah, Marge, how do you feel about this anti-Parker?
This is crazy. You're fighting yourself.
I know, right? It's actually insane. Okay, people in the chat are saying some crazy things. Bro. But yeah, Parker, is anything else
Sorry,
you want to add or
I'm
talk
interrupting.
about?
Continue.
No, you're fine.
It's all right, man. It was good talking to you.
All right. Later. Don't worry, you're fine. You can interrupt whenever you want. I don't mind at all. You want to debate some people?
I don't think I'd be very good at it.
They're not good at it, so you'd be better than them. Yeah, Joe's World. Oh wait, were you the person? No, you were not the person earlier. Someone bet me like $100 earlier and lost, and then they ran away.
Oh, I saw that.
But yeah, that was pretty funny. Don't worry, like all you have to do is you have to ask them what's a policy that Donald Trump influenced to get passed that benefit the middle class. Like just do that real quick. Yo, Dylan, how old are you?
20.
Harrison, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. Are you gonna vote for Trump?
Yeah, I am. You can go ahead and ask a question. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So, can you name a single policy that Donald Trump influenced to get passed that benefit the middle class?
Not off the top of my head. No, that's not really what I was going to get into. But no, yeah, not off the top of my head. Just that's all honesty. But the why are you voting for him? I'll get into that because that's a little bit different. For me and for most Americans, you can't really say age is a factor because they're both kind of like the same age, but most Americans believe that Biden is cognitively not in a good headspace to be president going forward. And
I don't care what most Americans think. Can you give me an indicating factor that's worse for Joe Biden compared to Donald Trump? And Nick, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much for the coffee day. I appreciate it. And Agbor, thank you for the $1. I appreciate it as well.
I mean, he kind of like in just about the last week, I can go over like 4 of them. I mean, you can say they're cheap fakes because I know that's kind of like the rebuttal is that, him walking off and talking out into the open while no one's paying attention to him. Like that's kind of odd. Another one would be having to be pulled off stage by Obama. I mean, that's kind of,
I don't think there's good evidence indicating that he has to be pulled off stage. I think that's obviously just like a narrative Republicans are creating about that particular video.
Well, I mean, he was grabbed by the hands. I mean, he was kind of like.
Do you want to see Trump walking off stage when he didn't have reason to walk off stage? Do you want to see Trump saying that, I took this cognitive test, but then literally mistook the name of the person that was his doctor?
Yeah.
Literally while saying, I took this cognitive test and I passed it with flying colors, but let me get the name wrong of the doctor that I went to go see. Thank you for the You're Amazing. Thank you so much, Edis.
No, I definitely, I'm not saying that Trump is a perfect person because he does shoot himself in the foot like, quite a good amount. But the thing is, when you listen to them side by side, Trump tends to have a much more put together way of speaking, and he's not really all over the place, in my opinion. And, the way he carries himself in day-to-day activity is completely better than what Biden is doing day to day. I mean, he is obviously the president at the moment, but I mean, still, when Trump was president, he was nowhere looking like Biden is.
Yeah, so again, I see him in a pretty bad standpoint. You just keep saying that Biden's worse, but you're not providing any good reason to believe that. So okay. You as a Trump supporter can just say, I believe Trump's better, and I can just say, Biden's better. That's not a good reason at all. It's just you saying it. Okay,
well, when Trump was president, did Russia invade Ukraine? Did Palestine and Israel get into it? The inflation rate.
Yeah, so there was a proxy war with Russia and Syria. If you want to talk about Israel and Palestine. Was it?
Didn't that start before he even got into office? I mean, that's kind of like.
Yeah, same thing with Israel and Palestine. Hilarious that you literally act like that's the beginning of all of this.
Yeah, but I mean, October 7th didn't happen while Trump was president. I mean.
So that doesn't mean that it was caused by Biden.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying it's kind of crazy that all these things are happening while he's president, and it was never happening.
Can you give me a reason that he caused them?
I mean,
you can't give me a reason that he caused them, then why would I believe you?
Well, I think they see a lot of weakness. I mean, when he put out Afghanistan, he left all that stuff, all the military equipment for the Taliban. And they said, okay, well. So
no, that's bullshit. So the military came out and said that they destroyed nearly all of the supplies that was there. Other than that, they took it back, right? And the only stuff that was there was stuff owned by the Afghan forces to defend themselves.
Well, I've never heard that, but I've been.
That's what the military said.
Oh, well, I mean, what I've seen is that he left the equipment there. I mean,
because you heard a Republican talking point.
It's possible, but I doubt it. I mean, it's been all over the media.
The Republican talking points have been all over the media. Surprising.
Yeah, well, I mean, all media. I mean, you can go to both sides of the media. One side is going to say one thing about the same exact information, and you can push two different narratives.
Yeah. So, that's why you need to give me an argument or give me reasons.
So that's fair. I mean, but I mean, the average inflation rate under Trump was lower. I mean, I can't give you the exact number, but I do know it was lower than when Biden was in office. I mean, we didn't have.
So unemployment rate hit a 50-year low under Biden's administration. Joshua, thank you for the $6.66. Thank you so much, Joshua.
Well, it was also at an all-time low when Trump was president. So.
No, it was a 50-year low, and it was lower under Biden's administration than it was under Trump's administration.
Yes, I am.
Okay, if we went to a different country, right, and most people were Muslim in that country, would you listen to that?
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry.
Yeah, if we went to a country in which was predominantly Muslim, would you then believe that?
Would I believe what?
Wasn't me. I don't know if I can do that. That's...
Would I follow that faith? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Would you start following Islam?
I wouldn't think so. No.
Yeah. So that's just not a good standard for truth.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, whatever you say. I mean, we'll agree to disagree, but I still vote for Trump.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's all.
All right, y'all. Let's go on to the next person, y'all. By the way, I have a question, chat. I have a question. Should I go join Harry and join our lives together, or should I just keep it going? Because we are age restricted on this account, so that is one thing. Actually, he does have Chris up there, so I don't know. I don't want to like overburden their panel. What do y'all think? A lot of people are saying Harry.
You should join. I have to go.
Okay. Well, I love you so much. I'll see you later.
I love you too. Bye.
Text me. Love you. Appreciate the
Love
cat. Thank you. Okay. Should I go? Keep going. Keep going. Here, I'm going to give a poll to the chat real quick, everyone. We're going to do a quick poll. Okay. Smiley face means go join Harry. Crying face means stay here. Smiley face means go join Harry. Crying face means stay here. Oh, it's pretty close. Damn, it is so close, Chad. Y'all are so fucking down the middle. Y'all are so down the middle. Oh my gosh. Matt, you might need to break the deal. Break the middle. It's 380 to like 360. Most people are saying go to Harry.
380. Ooh, wow, that is close. Damn.
What do we do?
Which one's Harry and which one's not?
Harry? No Harry.
Okay. God.
So it seems like a little more people want me to go to Harry.
Let's give it just a few more. Yeah, Harry. All right, Harry. I think I'm gonna. Let's try Harry.
All right, y'all. We're gonna go join Harry, everyone. We're gonna send everyone over to Harry's live. Hopefully he accepts me. But let's go over there, everyone. Let's go join Harry. Look up Harry J. Sisson, spam Parker Raid, spam love from Parker, everyone. We can always come back on live, don't worry. But we're gonna go over to Harry's stream real quick. Look up Harry J. Sisson, spam Parker Raid, spam love from Parker, everyone. Harry J. Sisson, spam Parker Raid, spam Parker is coming. Let's blow up his live. Let's get that shit to 6K, everyone. Everyone goes there, we get to 6K, y'all. Everyone spam Parker is coming. Spam Parker is coming. We're going to do a little trio. Like me, Harry, and Chris. Go join it right now, everyone. There's 3,000 people in there. We can easily get it up. Spam Parker Raid. Parker is coming. Harry J. Sisson. Spam Parker Raid. Spam Parker is coming. Harry J. Sisson. Spam Parker Raid. Parker is coming. Let's get it up to 6K, everyone. Keep it going. Keep it going, everyone. Harry J. Sisson. SISSON, everyone. Just inviting himself. Yep, you already know it. Well, he says I'm always welcome. But yeah. See y'all in a second, everyone.
Dude, you can't come up in the live and go, what do you think about the war? The wars. And Harry's like, what war? He's like, just the wars. What does that mean? What do you mean?
Chase, you have to specify a little bit. Like, what wars are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm asking you. I don't know which wars.
All right, bro. I think that war is bad.
All right. Well then, like I'm hearing that Biden's trying to start wars, not trying to start wars, that starting wars, not friends with other people, and everything.
No, Biden hasn't started.
Look at all you DNC shills. Look at us. All of you are paid by the DNC.
Dude, what
all
the
of
hell,
you are
Parker?
paid.
Holy shit, dude, that's fire.
You're all paid. And I promise you, you guys are wrong. You're all wrong, okay? Trust me, bro. Please, bro. Trust me. I have these sources right here.
Dude, that's so
They're
sick.
so good.
Dude,
They're so good, dude.
What?
They're so good, everyone. Trust me, please.
Yo, W. Parker right here.
Yo, W. Parker.
I do.
What's up, everyone joining it?
Chase. Why does Biden want to start a war? Why would he want to do that?
No, I'm on something else because y'all are just gonna bully me about it.
We're not bullying you. We're not bullying you.
Harry, y'all bully everybody that comes in here.
Chase, do I bully? Am I a bully, Chase?
I don't know you, Parker.
Well, then do you want to have a conversation with me?
You can talk to Parker if you want.
Once again, same thing I said to Chris. I'm on here with Harry. I'm not talking to you.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
All right, Chase, you and I will talk. I promise. It'll be a one-on-one conversation. So what would you like to talk about?
Fuck, I forgot.
We can also add teammates for you. Would you like that?
Yeah, we can add more people if you'd like.
No. How about this? I'll be on Chase's team. I bet I could debate. I bet I could help.
Chris.
I'm not even lying. Chase, look, let me help you. So you talk about.
Oh, your clip. I saw your TikTok, and that's what made me
Chase
get on here. What?
My TikTok?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was of Trump speech.
Yeah. Okay.
Of him hard to get through a sentence.
Struggling to get through. Yeah.
What about all the times that Biden has struggled to get through a sentence? No, I'm serious. I know you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about because Biden has a stutter. He has an actual speech impediment, so people will confuse him stuttering with him like having mental decline, which is like incredibly offensive. But he doesn't. He just has a stutter.
What about him? Someone asked, "What would you describe America?" Or no, he said, "America can be described in a few sentences."
Chase, are you Chase? I have to. How old are you, Chase? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 19.
How much? How old?
19.
19. What are you doing right now?
I'm in bed.
Are you like using any substances currently?
No. I have a speech problem.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry.
And I have a severe dyslexia, so you have to excuse me.
Okay, then truly that's my bad. Then it's no worries at all. It's my bad.
Yeah, no worries at all, Chase.
We've had that's truly fine. We've had a streak of people coming on. That's my bad. That's on me.
We a lot of people come up under the influence. It's just it's been a time we've had crazy stuff like that.
But Chase, so do you think it's wrong for people to make fun of people with like speech impediments?
No, not really. I wouldn't say I have a speech impediment. I have like ADHD, and I can like flip flop.
Well, you would say like sometimes there'd be speaking issues, and you wouldn't like people making fun of you because like of the way that you speak, right? And in the same way that you wouldn't like that, right? It's bad for Donald Trump to make fun of people with stutters, right?
Sorry about that, Chase.
I know what you're about to do because you're about to say he's like talking about Biden, right?
Yeah, he did make fun of people with stutters. I mean, he's also made fun of people who are disabled, right? I think that's really messed up. Do you want me to show you?
Can look. Yeah, we can pull up the clip for you. Made fun of a disabled reporter. Made fun of Joe Biden's stutter. It's not good stuff. It's really like evil things to do.
Well, I mean, I'm able. I'm paralyzed. You probably remember that, Harry. But anyway, about this, I'll get sidetracked. Biden said America can be explained in like one word. I don't remember, and he just mumbled.
It's a selectively cut off clip. Like you don't listen to the whole thing. You'll see these clips. I know what clip you're talking about.
That's why I'm asking you. That's
yeah.
Why I'm
So
asking.
he went on to describe. I don't actually remember what.
You're fine.
That's something on me. But I do appreciate being respectful. No, I mean, I do think it's also like a lot of it is, Biden's age and having a stutter, but, he's also, Biden having a stutter, but he's also just old. Like, I don't think it's a secret that he's old and like, is gonna, slip up sometimes, but I think that like objectively, it's very clear from everyone's words. Like Republicans have talked about how he's sharp, world leaders have talked about how he's sharp. Like no one in his administration has expressed any concerns. He's like very productive, as opposed to Trump, who like very much seems like all over the place, and so many people have said that he like isn't coherent. He's had now like 40 of his former cabinet members come out and say you shouldn't vote for him. So like, I think there's a difference between, like being old and slipping up and like not knowing kind of what's going on.
Yeah. What about the poll numbers? How are they doing?
They're not great. Not great for Biden.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think we use poll numbers to justify these things. And would you say the same thing in 2016?
Yeah, I've seen a TikTok, and I don't really go off of other people's TikTok. I'll tell you one thing, Harry. That dude that calls you Hair Bear, boy, he's funny. I'm sorry. I know y'all know.
I don't know who that is. I don't know. Yeah, yo, Molly, think of the $5 saying nurses against Trump. Sorry, Chase, what was your original comment?
I don't know. I got to talking about that dude.
What was it you just said before I asked Parker that question?
I was talking about that dude that called you Hair Bear.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not familiar who that is. I don't.
Well, you should look at him. You may not be interested. He comments. He goes and takes your videos on TikTok.
Oh, are you talking about older millennial?
Maybe I don't know.
So the guy who said it was okay to literally throw mentally disabled people off a mountain.
No, that wasn't him because I've seen all his videos. He didn't say that.
Yeah, of course.
Well, he said it on live.
Yeah, we were there. It was actually
the dude I'm talking about.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
I'll show you a picture.
Yo, Trey, thank you for the $1 saying love seeing Three Goats live. I appreciate you, Trey.
He's funny. He is funny.
Okay.
But I've seen you were talking about
this guy.
No, this dude. He's bald, doesn't have a beard.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, listen. If you don't have any other topics regarding Trump, we'll drop you down and bring somebody else.
I was going to talk to you. I mean, if I've reached my limit, I can go. I was going to talk about the border.
I mean, we can maybe make it quick. We just want to give other people an opportunity.
Yeah. Whenever I need to go, let me go.
Yeah. So how do you feel about Trump trying to block the border bill and saying blame it on me if the border bill fails?
What do you mean? You have to explain a little bit more.
Yeah. How do you feel about Trump literally saying blame it on me if the border bill fails? He didn't want the Republicans to pass the border bill because it is the case that it would had Ukraine funding, and then Ukraine funding got passed a few weeks later, and then because he didn't want Democrats to look good, so the only reason left is Democrats looking good.
Like him blocking off the border?
No, so like the reason why he got like Republicans in Congress to vote against the border bill.
No, I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, so basically there was a border bill that Biden and Senate Democrats and Senate Republicans agreed on. It was like the most comprehensive immigration bill in the past like 4 decades. And Biden's like, yeah, I'll sign it. The Democrats in the Senate were like, yeah, we like this. The Republicans in the Senate were like, yeah, we like this. And then Donald Trump was like, not a fan. And he called his buddies in Congress, told them to vote against it. And they did. And now the border is still a problem because, Donald Trump voted against the bill. Parker, this dude has your profile picture.
Who?
Should I add him in?
Yeah, do it. Is it the Harry?
Oh, I think I can't invite him either. I think he like has a restriction on his account or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like Harry blank. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I'll ask y'all to do one more thing. If y'all want to do this, y'all ain't got to. If Trump wins, okay, I want y'all to make one video on y'all's TikTok saying one good thing that Trump did.
No.
Post it.
Nope.
I'm not gonna make a video, but I'll say it right now. Like I think Operation Warp Speed was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let y'all get off here. And again,
Hey,
y'all
Chase,
y'all
I-
are killing it.
Chase,
Y'all
I
are
appreciate
super
you, man.
intelligent.
Be
Thanks,
safe
Chase.
and
Appreciate
whatever. I appreciate you being young and like a young person involved in politics. So whatever decision you decide to make, man, I respect it. I appreciate it.
Thanks,
All
Chase.
right.
Appreciate you, man.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Dude,
Chris is so nice, bro.
no, Parker. dude. I'm a horrible human being, dude.
Bro, it wasn't intentional, bro. It wasn't intentional.
Oh man,
bro, why can't I invite people? The number it keeps doing this,
dude. Oh my goodness, wow. I actually feel
you can have a mod do it. You can give me mod
I
powers
actually
and I'll try to do
feel
it.
so awful for that, dude. I feel so awful. Wow, I'm
For
so
what?
sorry. Hey, so I don't think Parker was here for that. It's fine. We'll talk about it later, Parker.
Okay.
Dude, you're good. It's no problem. All right, if you're MAGA in the chat, let us know. We'll bring you up. The man is not coming up for some reason. His request probably expired, but let us know if you're MAGA. We will bring you up. We'll bring you up. Let's see here. TB12. Tom Brady? Tom Brady guy? Eli Manning is his father, by the way. I'm not sure if you're aware of that.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, man?
See, I'm voting for Trump. Yeah.
Why is that?
Dude, wait, hold up. Does this guy? No way that this guy has a picture. Dude, is that Prize Picks in your profile picture, dude?
Yeah.
Why? Why?
I want a lot of money that day.
How old are you?
Well, you can bet it here if you'd like to.
21.
You said you're 21.
Yeah.
That's it, dude. That's a pretty like high like that's a like to win on Prize Picks like a 5-leg and then make your TikTok profile picture. I mean that.
Then the universities knows the money's coming from the federal government, and they
Those
can
aren't
try.
free though. Those aren't free public universities. That doesn't provide proper
Okay,
competition.
so who's gonna pay for the free federal
It's
university?
$70 billion a year. 1/10 of our military budget can pay for it.
So you want to knock out our military budget?
Absolutely.
I think that's insane. But
We could
that's
cut, well, no, it's not. We could cut our military budget in half, and we could still have $100 billion more than China.
I disagree with cutting anything from the military.
I also just want to point out here that like the two steps you just took were like completely incoherent in terms of logic. You can't say that illegal immigrants are coming in taking low-paying jobs that young Americans need, and then say, well, obviously the data doesn't reflect that, because that's why we've had like we had the longest stretch of unemployment under 4% in U.S. history, and the lowest unemployment rate a few months ago at 3.4% since 1969. The data doesn't suggest that people want jobs and can't find them. And then you acknowledge that and said, oh, well, it doesn't really matter anyway. They don't want the jobs. They're going to college, and I disagree with them taking on loans. Well, that's your opinion. That's not how the U.S. economy works. And number three, the federal government isn't just walking in and canceling all these random student loans for people. A lot of these are like very niche for specific groups of people. We talk about universities that have defrauded people and have now gone under facing criminal charges, so their degrees are worthless. We talk about certain groups of first responders, which I don't think you tell a police officer or a firefighter who's struggling to put money into our economy that, oh, fuck them, they shouldn't get their student loans erased. Certain low-income people,
Right,
certain
that wasn't the original Biden plan. I mean, yes, he had to go that route.
that was but that is what's going on, and
I understand that. Yep. 100%.
So you started with, well, it doesn't matter because the federal government is coming into a race, and then now you agree that they're not coming into a race, and that was
they
just
are coming
the
into
plan.
a race, but he can't do it because the Supreme Court blocked him.
Okay, all right, bro. I just feel like you're kind of like pivoting a little bit. It's fine.
So bring up a topic. Let's discuss it. You guys want to talk the crime numbers? Because
Are you going to vote for someone who's been held liable for sexual abuse? Would you vote for them?
I think a ton of federal politicians in our history could have been held for.
That's right.
Liable for sexual abuse, and I wouldn't vote for any of them.
There's a lot of presidents paying off.
You wouldn't
porn
vote for Bill
stars.
Clinton again?
That's right.
Because he could have been held liable.
He's not been held liable for sexual
But he
abuse.
could have been. He absolutely could have been.
And no, I wouldn't vote for Bill
could have been
Clinton.
for what?
Dude, he also made a hush money payment for up
Wait,
to
that's
$1
not,
million.
but making hush money payment is not illegal and it's not sexual abuse. So what could he have been held accountable for?
You just charged the Republican.
Donald Trump was not held legally responsible for making a hush money payment.
So
So wait, how
tell
could
me-
Bill Clinton be held accountable for sexual abuse in any capacity?
I mean, it could have been abuse of power, holding the president of the United States, and then using. I mean, that's abuse to go after an intern. Harry, an intern.
Yeah,
He's
and
the
she said it was
president of the United
consensual. She said it was consensual. Now, should he have done it? No. 'cause he
Years
was
later,
married. I think that's
she came out
wrong.
and said it was not.
No, she did. No, she talked about how it was.
Harry, I think if you're going to
What?
defend Bill Clinton, you're going.
No, I'm not defending Bill Clinton. I think what he did is wrong, but to say that it was sexual abuse is incorrect.
Again,
There's
you're
like that's like a wild thing to say, and also like to misrepresent Donald Trump's case that badly is just like kind of embarrassing.
Well, okay, so you guys want to talk about that case? Because
Sure.
Why don't you guys explain to me the crime?
Falsifying business records in the first degree.
That's a misdemeanor.
No, it's a
when-
Class C felony.
No, when it's falsifying business records in the first degree, that's not a misdemeanor. Falsifying business records itself is a misdemeanor in New York State. When it's elevated or when it's in the first degree, it's a felony.
So I would say normally those things in New York City where over $160,000, those are never even brought to case.
Yeah. So why was it upgraded to a felony, Connor?
That's also not true.
Okay, Harry.
Why was
one
it
of the
Connor?
times someone's
Wait.
been-
As we've
ahead,
pivoted
answer Chris's
as we've pivoted and defied logic like 4 more times in a row, why was it upgraded to a felony?
You tell me.
Exactly, bro.
So
how
wait,
can
do you not know?
Oh my god. See, that's
Why
what
was
I'm
it
saying.
upgraded to a felony? Because
But I'm asking you, do you know
tied in-
why it was?
They tied in federal election campaign laws.
So you're acknowledging that it was a felony because
But then
he falsified business records with
Can
the
you-
intent
can
to
you-
conceal to help his election prospects, right?
Yes, but the federal government came out and said there was no case there. They had to bring it to a state level and charge it. Yes, they did.
That is not what the federal government says.
What they said.
You got
What they
to
said.
you got to stop fucking reading headlines. The FEC investigated this and actually determined their lawyers were like, this could definitely be criminal. The thing is, when they vote on
Why
on
didn't
things,
they bring it?
Yeah, because you got to read more than the headlines. The FEC can't bring a case. That's not know what they do. And so when the lawyers were like, this could be criminal, they voted to try to see like what the punishment would be. But the FEC is made up of a board of like 6 people when they vote on these things, and it's split partisan, like 3, I think it's actually 8, 4 Republican and 4 Democrat. And so they're usually gridlocked. They can't get anything done. That day when they voted, 2 of them were out. So it was 3 Republicans.
Someone who's MAGA, by the way.
You only listen to MSNBC.
I don't know. Absolutely not. We're up here telling you facts of the case that you're trying to discuss. So obviously it's not just MSNBC that we're talking from.
I mean, come on, Harry. Do you listen to any conservative newscast?
Yeah, I unfortunately listen to Fox News quite often. I read Fox News quite often as well. I read like the New York Times and Fox News and every single day.
We also debate Trump supporters every day. So we're constantly hearing the bullshit from the right all the time. I engage with people on the right more than I engage with people on the left.
Why were
they were allowed to bring on the
they
expert.
were what the expert couldn't testify to is what the law is, because you can't have competing experts in court.
Why couldn't he testify to what the law is? What's the competing experts?
That's the judges. That's the judge's job.
Yeah,
the judge's job is to like inform the jury of what the law is. It's not the witness's job to inform the jury of what the law is.
So it's Judge Michon, whose daughter is a campaigner.
Can you point to wait, hold on. Can you point to any specific moment in the trial where Judge Michon acted improperly? Just one.
No, but that's not my point.
Exactly. Okay. So all right. So you can think he's biased. You can think he's biased based on a donation, which is nonsense. But you can think he's biased. But if you can't point to any improper behavior, then he didn't act improperly.
Well, Connor, it's nonsense. The two things you just said, anybody with a law degree, the two things you just said would have laughed out loud. Number one, of course, no witness. Basic Law 101. The witness is not interpreting the law. That's what the judge is there for. If they allowed the FEC witness to interpret the law, then the prosecution could have brought a different FEC witness to interpret the law differently, and that does nothing but confuse the jury. So that's Law 101. And then the second Law 101 is any judge knows that if Trump makes an appeal and says, oh, the judge's daughter is like doing something for Democrats, that holds no weight. There's no legal bound to say, the judge should have to recuse himself because of what his daughter does. We don't even know if he talks to his daughter. We don't know if he has a relationship with his daughter. His daughter's like 40 years old. That's just what about
recusing himself because of his own donation?
Yeah. So
why would he recuse himself? Like, can you again? It goes to the central question of can you point us to a moment where he acted improperly?
I mean,
anything.
No, not specifically, but
I think, so he had a flawless case. Then we agree. Great. He acted very well throughout the entire trial, almost perfectly. And there's no reason to attack the judge in this case. Your guy had the opportunity to defend himself in court. There was a jury of New Yorkers who were picked by both sides, both Trump's lawyers and the prosecution. And even according to Trump's own lawyer, Trump helped. Todd Blanche said that on Fox News the day of the conviction. So unless you think that the trial was intentionally rigged against them, then the case was fair, and Donald Trump's now a convicted felon, and you're supporting that guy.
I'm going to be honest.
Add another MAGA.
I think the majority of Americans look at this crime and think it's not a big deal at all.
Well, of course you don't think it's a big deal because his name is Donald Trump.
No, I'm not a big Trump guy. I would have loved Ron DeSantis. I would have loved Nikki Haley. I didn't want Trump.
But you don't have to be a big Trump guy. You're clearly ignoring him breaking the law. You don't understand what it is, and you just think, I'm not going to take the time to understand what it is. I'm just going to say it's no big deal.
If we looked into every federal politician in the country, how many of them would come back with a felony charge? You
can't just. Let's pick a politician out of Congress and look into that.
It's such a crazy logical fallacy. Like, you are pivoting so hard. You can't start with the case is bullshit, and then when you get grilled because you don't know, be like, well, everyone's committing laws. Everyone's committing laws. So
you insinuated
it should be a felony.
You insinuate
a misdemeanor in state
You
level.
don't think, dude?
Why would it not be a felony if he was doing it?
Give
with
us
the
any
intent
source
to...
that indicates that, Connor.
Yeah.
You want to start going through my Safari right now? Come on.
Go ahead. Yeah, seriously. I'm actually serious.
Yeah.
Give me any source that indicates that. I've yet for someone to provide me a single source.
50% of American thinks it shouldn't have been brought to trial.
I don't give a shit if 50 whatever
Americans
percent
could think that murder should be fine.
And I don't think 50% of Americans have a fucking law degree. Like, who are you to say?
Yeah, seriously.
You clearly haven't read any of the case, and you're just up here. I feel like it shouldn't be a felony. I feel like it.
There are tons of constitutional lawyers who have come out and
Name one.
And their names can't be Jonathan Turley.
Name one.
I don't know if you know
Jonathan
who it is.
Turley.
Nice.
I did that.
Yeah, no, that guy's a lunatic.
By the way,
he's just like a right wing lawyer. He just kind of goes on Fox News.
All respect to you guys. You guys have a ton of. I mean, you guys get a ton of fucking press. I don't know if I can swear. You guys get a ton of mentions on Twitter. You get a lot of Harry. You're just on CNN. I do have a ton of respect for you guys. I just completely disagree with everything you talk about.
Dershowitz, yeah, law on the line. Yeah, Dershowitz.
Wait, so you only respect what we have to say because of the mentions?
No, I just think it's impressive that you guys are so young and you've made such a platform on social media and out there in the political sphere.
Okay, sure. Appreciate that,
man. I mean, we appreciate that, number one, and we would appreciate it even more if you weren't, supporting a sexual abuser. But then when that's the case, the bar is a little bit lower as to what is good.
Okay, so sexual abuser. Okay, maybe not found liable of sexual abuse. Joe Biden, the diary from his daughter. Come on.
The diary has never been verified. The contents have never been verified.
Okay, there's tons of accusations against Trump that have never been verified. Some have.
I'm not bringing up an accusation against Trump that hasn't been verified. I'm mentioning one accusation against him that was proven in court, which means it's no longer an accusation.
Okay, I mean, I don't think Biden is the most clean-cut guy on the planet either. I think Trump is a sleazebag. I'll completely agree with you there. I think he's a womanizer, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to think that Biden's like the most clean-cut person in the world. We're not saying like you have to think that Biden's perfect, but what we're saying is that Biden has not been found liable for sexually abusing a woman. So maybe just based on that basic principle, if I hope you think that's wrong, you wouldn't be supporting somebody who does that and then like brags about doing it on audio and then to this day like insults his victim.
I mean, he has been nearly found guilty, but determined to be too old and senile to be charged.
That's not true. That is not
Connor,
true.
you're misinterpreting that willfully.
This is what happens when you just go on Reddit and look up like Republican and you just read every fucking headline.
Seriously, bro.
This is just one headline at a time. Yeah.
If you read the report, it just says that he's a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory relating to these events, which I would have a poor memory in describing to you the events of me debating someone yesterday or earlier today. That doesn't mean I'm incoherent.
And wait, by the way, he wasn't even describing him as a man with poor memory. He's like, this is the defense we think he's going to put up at trial, which we could not overcome.
And that's
so he's like, yeah, we like, and the reason he said poor memory had nothing to do with Biden's age. He didn't mention his age once. It's because a lot of the events in question took place 5, 10, 15 years ago. And if I asked you like, hey, what did you do on that day you thought was relatively insignificant like 8 years ago? You'd be like, I don't know, just like anybody would be. So Joe Biden's like, yeah, you're asking me about documents that were brought to my house without my knowledge like 7 years ago. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. And even Robert Hur himself described Biden as having a photographic memory. That's what the prosecutor said, who you're pretending to cite right now.
He forgot when Bo died.
He did not know. Actually, that's not true. He mentioned the exact day, to a day.
But bro,
when Bo died.
So why won't they report the tapes or release the tapes?
The transcripts are already out. You don't need the tapes. You can go read all the transcripts right now.
Oh, come on. We listen to the guy talk every single day.
Why would you need the tapes? It's not
Connor, I also think it's important to mention that Joe Biden had executive authority to redact any part of the Hur report before it came out. In fact, him and his team saw it. They saw the comment about the old age with the memory, and he could have redacted it, and no one would have ever known, but he didn't, and he released it. So there's not like this giant conspiracy to hide things from you. And again, this obsession, this idea that you can say, oh, he forgot when his son died. You mean you mean Bo Biden, the one who went to Iraq, came back, had brain cancer because he got brain cancer from the fumes in Iraq. Bo Biden, the one in the back of the car that months after he first won Senate, 35 years old, his wife and his 9-month-old child were in the front seat. They got in a car accident and died. Bo Biden was in the back seat, severely injured, and Hunter Biden was in the back seat, severely injured. Like, you can't possibly create a defense that Joe Biden is somehow this like evil, terrible guy. When again, as we're talking about up here, Donald Trump's being found liable for sexual abuse, bragging about it on audio. He's a playboy billionaire. He tried to overturn an election. He's a convicted felon. He's committing business fraud. I don't think you could possibly sit up here and compare Joe Biden to the man who said, oh, when you're this rich and famous, you can grab him by the blank. You don't even have to ask.
No, again, I'm not really going to defend Trump as a person. I'm going to vote for him because I think he's just policy-wise, he's the better candidate. But
then why are all your critiques related to Joe Biden related to his personality?
Yeah,
right, or his characteristics? I think it's. Wait, you were talking about his cognitive capacities, were you not?
That's not his personality. That's his cognitive.
That is a personality characteristic.
That's not.
You were also calling him a sleazebag. You were saying like, yeah, I don't think Joe Biden's like pure or anything like that. You're really going.
Sleazebag.
Cognitive capacity is a characteristic, a personality characteristic.
No, it's not a personality.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
His cognitive ability is not a personality trait or characteristic.
Yes, it absolutely is.
He didn't say. He also didn't say trade, but anyway.
Yeah, it's absolutely characteristic.
Characteristic are damn near synonymous.
And for the record, you also just said I'm voting for I'm voting for Donald Trump based on his policy. Can you name a single piece of legislation he passed through Congress in his 4-year presidency?
Yeah, the border bills, the executive order.
That's not a that. First of all, that doesn't exist, and that wasn't passed through Congress. Try again. Not exec. Dude, his two biggest successes are two massive pieces of legislation passed through Congress that I know about. If you're voting for him because of policy and not because he's a piece of shit, then tell me what that legislation was. It was his two biggest accomplishments.
I don't need to tell you his legislation.
Oh my God.
Come on, man. If you're going to say he has better policy, then you have to be able to name what he actually did as president. Like, we all can name 5 separate policies on Joe Biden, but if you can't name, like, policies of Trump that he got passed through Congress.
Job. I can know what he stands for and not. I don't need to know his legislation.
Wait, hold on. This is first of all, it doesn't take a lot to know policy that was passed, right? We're not asking you to like solve Albert Einstein's equations right now.
I don't need to know his legislation and know what he stands for and know what he's going to.
You don't know a single one. You don't have to do this full time to know a single fucking one.
Yeah, we also just ask you for one, right? We're not asking for like 20. We're asking you just for one policy. So it's frustrating to us that when you're like voting for a guy who is a sexual abuser, convicted felon, tried to overturn an election he didn't win, it's like attacking our democracy daily, that you just hide behind like, yeah, I just think his policies are better, but you don't name any policy. That's incredibly frustrating.
No, you asked for legislation, not policy.
It's baseless, actually.
Policy or legislation, yeah.
Right? No, it's actually Connor, it's actually baseless. You have no argumentation as it relates to characteristics that they have, personality, right? And then you have no characteristics you can mention as it relates to policy. So what is the argument based on?
Can I give you a newsflash? The majority of Americans don't even know about politics as much as I do.
Why do you think we do this all day, Connor? Why do you think we're up here with like 5.2 thousand? I can't see up the top. Why do you think we do this? Why do you think we sit in front of a camera? Because we're passionate about more people knowing. Because America has the lowest rates of voting in the entire
America
world.
Doesn't have time to know politics like you guys do.
Dude, we're not asking you. We're not asking you to be loser nerds and just look at a computer all day and like invest your time in politics. No, Connor.
Yeah.
We know, Connor.
Actually.
Yeah, we know we're weird.
Yeah.
We know we're weird. We get that. What we're asking you is like, hey, if you're going to vote for Donald Trump, can you just know like one plan he has for America in 2025? I know you don't know that because I don't know that because he like really hasn't given any competent answers on that. I just
wait, can like what are his Sorry, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just like, it's just like this idea that, most Americans don't care. Yeah, that's the whole fucking reason we do this, because we care and we want more people to care about where their country's headed.
So you said he has better policy positions than Biden. Can you name me like what's your top issue that you're voting on, or like top 3, and I'll pick one of your issues you're voting on in 2020.
Sure. Let's go for the border, and you're going to say the border bill, and the Republicans shot it down. The border bill that's not the border bill we're looking for. It's not strong enough.
Okay,
we're looking for a complete shut.
Would you rather have this or nothing?
What's Donald Trump's policy proposal?
I would rather have Biden use executive order to shut down the border completely.
Wait, but that's going to get shut down by the courts anyway. That's one thing too, as it relates to this.
Trump shut it down. Trump used executive order.
Trump did not shut down the border, but
he used executive orders on the border.
What is Trump's policy for the border if he were to win?
Trump's executive order.
Which executive order specifically caused there to be less people coming into the country?
I'm not going to tell you the exact executive order.
That's because the executive order you're referring to, that's similar to asylum seekers, also got shot down by the courts.
Remain in Mexico. There you go.
Thank you, Miranda, for the $5.
Yeah, Remain in Mexico didn't exist under Obama, yet there was less people coming to the country. So how could it explain more people coming into the country that this does not exist now if it didn't exist under Obama and there were less people?
Thank you, Mary, for the $3 in cash. I appreciate you.
The number of people coming to the country has gotten progressively worse over the years. Obama was president.
Based upon what? Based upon what? You're saying it's caused by the Remain in Mexico border policy not being there. But if it didn't exist under Obama, then and there was less people, how could it be the cause?
Who under which president did more people come across the border, Biden or Trump?
Biden.
Yeah, but do you think that more people came across the border or coming to the border because of Biden?
Country from the FBI watch list that came into the country.
These are all pivots. He's pivoting away from explaining why there's more people coming into the country. He said it was the Remain in Mexico border policy, but again, if it did not exist under Obama's administration, there was less people coming. That could not possibly be the explanation.
Biden's first day in office, he undid the executive orders that Trump had in place. That's a fact.
Which executive orders were relevant in doing this, in limiting the amount of people?
Parker, I don't need to know the exact executive order to know he opened up the border on the first.
I could also just ask you, what's the relevant difference between Obama's administration and Biden's administration as it relates to immigration policy? That means that there's more people coming now and less people coming then. Because if you can't identify the difference in terms of policy, that tells us that it's likely external causes, whether it be political pressures, inflation, plenty of things that are not related to the president of the United States.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I actually do think it's really important to be able to name those executive orders, because Remain in Mexico, for example, only applied to a total of roughly 60,000 people under the Trump administration that we quote unquote sent back. A bunch of people, like most people crossing the border, didn't even fall into this category. It was incredibly niche. It was a humanitarian disaster. Get rid of it. All the other executive orders that Biden dismantled were like either barely in place, being reviewed, also incredibly niche, or like extra funding for the border wall that like wasn't getting done, erased. So like again, if we look at all these numbers and we see that Joe Biden's removal percentage in terms of people coming in the border, or coming through the border, he has a similar removal percentage to Donald Trump. He removes about the exact same amount of people, slightly higher. And so again, what that's suggesting is, hey, no real policy has changed. Like if Joe Biden opened the border by erasing this policy, we should see people coming through. And then when Border Patrol encounters them, the removal percentage should be lower because they're just letting them go, but they're not. So as Parker's saying, there's probably like an external factor. Like we've seen a large quantity of people for other reasons.
Again, I'm not going to be able to give you guys exact legislation, but I did want to ask you one more question before I go. Why does the Biden-Harris campaign continue to pump out numbers of the amount of jobs created when in reality so many jobs were lost during COVID? He's just using the numbers that he gained back after the pandemic ended.
Yeah, so you don't understand basic economics. Obviously, like when there's a recessionary period, the economy is like a little donut, right? And when the economy is like a little donut, and the government's job is to stimulate the economy. In 2009, we passed an $830 billion Recovery Act, and that led to 72 straight months of private job sector growth, but it was incredibly slow because the U.S. government actually didn't stimulate the economy enough. That's what we learned from the economic numbers. And so I actually would credit Joe Biden with like 16 million jobs gained, because he had the experience along with his administration to say, hey, it would actually be better for us to stimulate the economy in these ways very aggressively and risk a little bit of inflation, as opposed to not stimulating it enough or not doing anything and risking this massive recession. In fact, Joe Biden and his stimulus bills and a lot of these economic packages are the exact reason why so many people are going back to work. Because when you're funneling money to small business, government, education, and like a last round of stimulus checks, you're giving businesses the ability to hire people back because they're making money. So yeah,
which is one of the reasons we had one of the best recoveries post-COVID out of any developed nation in the world. One of the best ones.
That doesn't really answer my question. They're continuing to pump out numbers from jobs that were just gained back after people went back to work.
Well, and actually, even if you look at,
they're also blaming on Trump, saying he lost. Basically, his numbers, the unemployment rate was so high during Trump, but it was actually during the pandemic. I mean, every country in the world was facing high unemployment numbers.
Even if you factor out all the jobs.
Now you're identifying every country in the world. So same thing with inflation. And you're also identifying that if we compare us to other nations around the world and we have a better recovery than all of them, that there's something specifically that we did that was unique here that made us recover faster than all the other developed nations around the world. Now, what could it be possibly?
Well, you guys get mad at me for pivoting. Isn't that
that's not a pivot. That's right direct on what you just said.
Well, that's a pivot.
Was it a pivot? What did I pivot from?
You pivoted from, oh my God, you pivoted from job numbers to inflation. That's a pivot.
No, I was giving an analogy and I wrapped it back into the job numbers and how we specifically explain it here.
I don't need to argue what a pivot is and not. Anyway, guys, I got to go. A lot of respect to you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep trying.
All right. Thanks, Connor. Have a good night. Appreciate it.
Cody, are you voting Trump?
Yes, I am. Can we talk about the border bipartisan bill?
Yeah.
So you said that Trump wasn't for it, and I agree with him for it because I remember seeing, I'm not as into politics as many of you are. That's why I actually watch your lives, because I like to see what the other side has to say. Cool. I saw that a lot of the money in the bipartisan bill was to be spent for foreign countries in the foreign wars, to Ukraine war, Israel. So that's why I believe Trump didn't want them to pass it, because a lot of this money was going to nonsense. And there was these little like 400,000 payments that were going to these trans youth groups across the country. So I understand why he didn't want it to be passed, because it was going to a bunch of nonsense and not actually for the border.
Okay. Yeah, except that's not why Trump himself said he opposed it. He never mentioned like what trans groups, by the way. I don't know what that means. But Trump himself was like, yeah, I think it's like an open border policy. He never mentioned anything about like money going somewhere else. He was saying like it's not enough on immigration. So
And also
No,
the same Senate, like there was multiple Republicans who were like, we don't want to vote for it because of aid. Those same Republicans, less than 12 hours later, like pretty much in the pitch black, voted through the exact same aid untouched. They just removed the border provisions and it like overwhelmingly passed. It's just they didn't talk about that because they knew that like people would think they're conning them because they are conning people.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I believe that some of the money that they wanted to spend for the border bill was very unnecessary because there were trans youth groups that they wanted to fund. I don't understand the point of that. If it's a border bill and they want to put money towards these trans youth groups across America, that makes zero
Thank you, Amy,
sense.
for the $1.34
Oh my God.
on Cash App.
Oh my God! In Congress, they get other people who support other things to give them incentives to vote for the bill in order to get it passed. And also,
makes
what specifically are you
zero
referencing
sense.
in it?
Yeah, what trans youth groups are you
Yeah,
talking
like-
about?
I saw something was like in one of the senator's districts, she wanted to make a like
Wait,
this
in a senator's district is
425
not the same as the federal
congressional
border.
district. That's what I meant. My bad.
Okay.
It was this one Congress lady, and she wanted to have $425,000 sent to a youth group in her district, which I think makes zero sense because it's a mental illness.
Well,
to
that
be
literally plays in.
transgender.
Okay.
No,
all right,
that's
wait,
a
hold on.
lie.
Hold on.
Yes,
hold
it
on.
is.
DSM
Wait,
does
wait,
not say
before,
that.
wait. Before we go into that, you literally just proved Parker's point that a representative wanted this funding to go to a group in order to incentivize her to vote for it. So they're like,
On
yeah,
a
we'll put this
border
into the bill. By the way,
though.
we have no idea if what you're saying is true, but theoretically,
is.
if it is, you might incentivize this representative to vote for it based on added funding to the bill specifically for their district. So that's how Congress works. That's you make deals. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but what the fuck did you just say?
Plus, that's a complete
can't
lie.
be
In the DSM, it does not
transgender at a
list
youth
being
group
trans
at
as
a
a
youth
mental
age.
illness. That's a lie.
Yeah, you're lying.
Gender dysphoria and being trans are two separate things. There are cis
So-
individuals who are not trans that have gender dysphoria.
So you can be born a male and then you think you're not born into the right body and then you think you're a woman. It's
So there
not
are
how it works.
there are individuals who are male, right, where their brain, right, is incongruent with their body, right? The same way that there are women, cis women in this country, right, that want to do particular things to their body, right, to be in accordance with their gender affirmation, right? Like someone might have developmental issues as it relates to their breasts, right, and they might get, right, some sort of enlargement, right, so that they can have gender affirming care.
No, that's just bull
That's
crap.
that's
I
still
mean,
gender affirming.
to
It's
be
bull crap, dude.
transgender at a youth age, that's just you can't. That's not even how you make your decision. That's just people putting
bull
woke
crap.
ideology into people.
What do you mean woke ideology into people? People just act this way, right? No one
Why
put it
weren't
into them.
Why wasn't this happening
Corgi.
100 years ago?
It did. It was just like plenty of other things throughout society. It was stigmatized to a greater extent, and it wasn't talked about. We have social media and the internet now. I can talk to people around the world, right? Many of us don't even know trans people in person, right? We hear about these things on the internet.
Or no. So this is what I'm confused about. I don't know if you saw this, but the Los Angeles City Council, they took down no U-turn signs in a gay neighborhood because they thought it was homophobic. How does that?
Are you
how is
following?
that
Are you
homophobic?
following? Dude, are you following?
How-
Dude, are you following end wokeness on Twitter? You got to get off Twitter, dude.
No, I'm not on X. It's called X, but I'm not on.
It's
it.
called X, Chris.
And-
Chris, it's
it right,
called
Chris.
X, buddy. You gotta get
Dude,
it right, dude.
like
Yeah,
this
if you
is
don't
like,
get it
that's
right,
like,
I'm gonna freak
this
out.
is like the most like this is like the daily type
And
of stuff.
no,
you see.
I'm not finished talking. And this was on ABC7 News. So this wasn't on
Wait,
Twitter.
okay, yeah. So let's just actually read the actual facts. This is from All Sides. It's like a fact-checking website, and it says city council members gathered this week in a posh LA neighborhood to remove a no U-turn sign that they say were part of the area's homophobic history. In 1997, signs that conveyed messages like no cruising, no U-turns, midnight to 6 a.m. were posted throughout the Silver Lake neighborhood in an effort to curtail hookups among gay men. So these signs were they're not just like, oh no U-turn signs, they offend us now. They were put there with a very deliberate reason in this very specific area to target their LGBTQ plus residents.
And
now,
Interesting that you leave out that context.
Yeah, you just kind of leave out the context as to why they're saying they're doing it. If it was done with homophobic intent, don't you think that they might want to reform that? I don't know.
It's a no U-turn sign. How is it just
Dude,
doesn't
it sounds
make
like
sense that
you're
it's
being
homophobic.
it sounds like you're being a snowflake,
Literally,
dude.
no.
It sounds like you're being a snowflake. Why do you give a fuck? There's so many issues up here in America right now, and if a community wants to take down a sign that is a problem for them historically, being homophobic.
All right, so then let's talk about the issues. How about we talk about all
You're
the
the one.
crime
You're
that's
the one
happening
talking
in
about.
America? I'm talking about stupid mental illnesses that are going on in America, which is also an issue.
Wait, classified under what?
It's a mental illness.
How do you classify mental illness? Do you use the DSM-5?
It's a mental illness to be
How do you classify
transgender.
mental illnesses?
This
What
guy's
defines
gonna,
it?
He's gonna get kicked, dude.
Kick me, yeah, because that's all
No,
you do.
I'm
is
not gonna kick
silence
you.
people.
TikTok is. Yeah, the big tech is silencing. Shut the fuck.
Yeah, it's just how you silence.
people
them.
needed to know that the
no,
U-turns.
I'm
they were
literally
taking
on my
down the
second
straight-
account.
They were taking down the straight U-turns, and now he's gonna kick
Nobody's
you.
gonna take. Wait, nobody's gonna take you down. You're gonna get taken down by TikTok. That's what I was gonna say. But then you decided to jump in saying, "Yeah, you're gonna silence me." Nobody's silencing you, buddy. You don't have a right to free speech in here. You have the right. Your First Amendment right does not protect you from me. It protects you from the government. Now, anyway, continue.
What was I saying before you all interrupted
I don't
me?
know, something dumb.
And what was that? Was dumb?
I don't know. I don't speak that. So.
All right, but also another one of my key importance for me is like world peace, and I just don't see a lot of that happening under the Biden administration.
You see it's happening under Trump, right? So when Trump increased drone strikes 450% in the Middle East, that's world peace. When Donald Trump allowed 85,000 kids in Yemen to starve because of a continuation in U.S. policy toward Yemen, that's world
And
peace.
that was
When Donald Trump allowed, wait, I'm not done yet. When Donald Trump allowed a bunch of the Kurds who were allies with to be slaughtered by Turkish forces, that's peace, right? When Iran attacked American troops in the Middle East, 109 soldiers got traumatic brain injuries, that's peace, right?
And there's a lot more people dying under the Biden administration.
Well, hold on now. You
I mean,
said that
look
there's
at
peace
Ukraine
under
and
Trump.
Israel.
You said that there's peace under Trump.
There was no new wars.
Wait,
I
and
mean,
how
the
is
world perfect.
how is Joe Biden? Wait, are you saying that Joe Biden's responsible for the war in the Middle East and Russia and Ukraine?
I don't think it would happen under Trump. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so do you think that
This war
FDR
would
is
have never
responsible for
happened
World
under
War II?
Trump.
Do you think FDR is responsible for World War II? Do you think Woodrow Wilson's responsible for World War I? It wouldn't have happened if their opponent had won.
I don't know. I didn't follow politics all the way back then. I've only gone to politics.
Neither did we. We weren't alive to follow politics. We like opened a history. We opened a history book. It's what you do. But
Well,
so wait,
you're assuming that he ever did that.
Yeah, that's a good point. So
they're literally trying to
okay.
deny history. They're trying to the CRT is so bad, even though it's not even CRT. Trying to get rid of history. Only patriotic American history. Only that.
Yeah. So wait,
we have to make the slave owners look good.
If you don't think that FDR was responsible for World War II starting, which would be an insane take, then why do you think that like Joe Biden's responsible for Ukraine starting?
Because he's weak. Nobody respects him.
Really?
No,
Is that
true.
why? Is that why like Joe Biden united 50 Western countries who very much respect him against Russia, and they funded Ukraine, and the only reason that Kiev is still standing is because of Joe Biden and these
Why
countries
is
coming
this
together?
taking so long though? If NATO is funding Ukraine versus one country, Russia.
Think about your question for a second. Why is it taking so long? Just think about
Why is it taking so long to come to a peace agreement? That's what I'm saying.
Because you're dealing with a murderous dictator who's not interested in peace. There could be peace right now, if Russia just pulled out all their troops, but they're not going to do that. Right? So how do you negotiate with a murderous dictator who's trying to unalive every single person in Ukraine? Well, it might be a tough task given that they've tried and they've failed. People from different countries have tried and failed.
I want world peace, but stigmatize trans people. I want world peace, but put Trump in office, one of the most divisive American presidents throughout history. I want peace. Really?
Yeah, I do believe on Trump.
Cody,
Trump,
I think
people respected him.
Yeah,
It was
actually,
true.
you're right.
Who respected him?
Wait.
Who respected him?
The first president to go into North Korea's soil.
So what? It changed
Wait,
nothing.
who respected him? Kim Jong-un didn't respect him. Putin doesn't respect him. Right? Our allies
Clearly
don't
he
respect
did,
him.
since he didn't invade
Who respects
anybody.
Donald Trump but his cult-like members? Who?
Cody, if Putin respected Donald Trump so much, then why didn't he give Ukraine Crimea back when Trump was in office? They illegally annexed
Because
Crimea in
that was
2014.
something that happened during the Obama administration.
Oh, so they don't
That's not
respect
what
him
happened
enough.
during-
They don't respect him enough to now give Crimea
Okay, and that
back?
happened during
If he respects
Obama's
him, why did Putin mock
administration.
him?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if he
And
respects him, why did Putin and Assad mock him?
And Donald Trump's own
mocked
national
Putin
security
plenty of
advisor
times.
confirmed that
Everybody
happened.
does.
Wait, I also just feel like the easiest way to talk about this, Cody, is first president ever. 40 of his 44 cabinet members are not endorsing him. I put together a couple quotes that I just found. These are like not nearly as many as that actually exist, but I'll read a couple. And you tell me if this sounds like respect. James Mattis, Donald Trump's former defense secretary, quote, Donald Trump is the first president of my lifetime who does not try to unite the American people, does not even pretend to try. Instead, he tries to divide us. We are witnessing the consequences of 3 years of his deliberate effort. Alyssa Griffin, Donald Trump's former White House communications director, quote, fundamentally, a second Trump term could mean the end of American democracy as we know it, and I don't say that lightly. John Kelly, Donald Trump's former chief of staff, quote, he's a person who admires autocrats and murderous dictators, has nothing but contempt for our democratic institutions, our Constitution, and the rule of law. Mark Esper, Donald Trump's former defense secretary, quote, there's no way I'll vote for Trump, but every day that Trump does something crazy, the door to voting for Biden opens a little more. That's where I'm at. He's a threat to democracy. Sarah Matthews, a former Trump aide, quote, the American people should listen to what these folks are saying because it should be alarming that the people that Trump hired to work for him a first term are saying he's unfit to serve for a second term. These are folks who saw him up close and personal and saw his leadership style. Mike Pence, Donald Trump's vice president, I believe that anyone that puts themselves over the Constitution should never be a president of the United States, and anyone who asks someone else to put them over the Constitution should never be the president of the United States again. I cannot in good conscience endorse Donald Trump in this campaign. I could go on. I could talk about General Milley, one of the most respected top generals in U.S. politics, has served under multiple administrations, who talks about how he was so scared under the Trump administration in the final days that he would go off the walls and strike Iran, that he installed a light in his shower that would blink because he was so scared that at any given moment he would miss it. So if the light stopped blinking, he knew something was wrong. He was so stressed out, he was trying to see if it was constitutional for him to go around Donald Trump to make sure that he didn't have the codes to the nuclear bombs. This is like one of the most respected people in politics. John Bolton was on CNN 3 weeks ago talking about how Biden was a, quote, national embarrassment, but also said that when he traveled with Trump on these G7 meetings, that he was the first time ever he was scared to let a president in a room alone with Putin or any of our allies because he was so incompetent he'd give up classified information. All of those quotes, which never happened under... all of those quotes that has never happened ever in American history, and there's not a single person in the Biden admin currently who said that Biden's not fit. So explain to me that why his handpicked chief of staff, his former defense secretaries, aides who worked right next to him every single day, dedicated their lives to the America First movement, left the White House, and they're screaming at you to not vote for Trump. Explain to me why. Are they all just dumb? They don't know what they're doing?
Well, I mean, Trump's never been a politician before, so maybe he could have picked a lot of wrong cabinet members.
That's right. The most
that's probably true.
So he's unqualified.
But Trump said he picks the best people. He said he hires the best people.
So he's unqualified. He's
lying.
He
tries to, but this is the first time he's ever been a politician.
So he's unfit, right?
Well, you want to talk
he's
about
obviously
unfit.
incoherent.
So he's unqualified, right?
To go
no, hold on now. Engage. He's unqualified, right? If he can't pick
unfit.
the right people to do like very important jobs,
Trump's unqualified to appoint cabinet members.
Yeah, if he's unqualified to do like the first thing that a president-elect does, like making their cabinet, then why do you think he's qualified to have the nuclear codes?
Now.
Cody, it's kind of Chris. It's hold on. Because I need to understand the logic. I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna let you speak, but I don't understand the logic. How could you say, like, in 2016, maybe you weren't a voting age, I wasn't a voting age, but you say, like, oh, we like Trump because he's not a politician. He has no experience. He was a fucking TV movie star. And then when everybody, the most respected people in politics who worked right next to him are like, holy shit, guys, he doesn't know anything about foreign policy. He's incompetent. He doesn't know about politics. And you're like, well, yeah, because like he never served before. Yeah, why is that a surprise? Why would that be a surprise? If people voted for him because he has no experience, why would it surprise you that all of the top people are like, hey guys, he has no fucking experience. He doesn't know what he's doing. Of course he knows nothing about foreign policy. Isn't that a bad thing?
So you were saying how who was it that had the button in his shower because he said he was so scared about
General Milley.
Yeah. How come there was no World War III? If they were so scared about it, what if there was? You would never dare look. General Milley, one of the most respected top generals in U.S. history,
who was appointed by Trump.
You would never look at. You would never look in his face and say some stupid shit like that. I think he probably knows a little bit more than all of us do.
We have one of the most qualified people ever.
Why did nothing ever happen though? If he was so worried, why did nothing ever
so
happen?
Cody, you should go ask him about the final days of the Trump administration when allies and adversaries were calling us after January 6th, and they were being like, should we be worried? Like, is U.S. democracy falling apart? And Milley had to be like, no, it's fine. So we had to like convince our adversaries, Iran. He had to convince them we weren't going to strike them. And then he was so scared because he knew that there was no evidence of voter fraud, like his own chief of staff, attorney general, everybody in the Trump admin was already saying there was no voter fraud. So General Milley was scared that he would try to strike Iran to come up with an excuse to like essentially stay in power, to like just be like, I need to stay in power because there's a war, there's an emergency, and take over, right? So and also this whole idea that like, why was there never World War III? I don't know. You should, again, like Harvey said, ask the over 100 military service members who have traumatic brain injuries after Iran struck one of our bases because we almost got in World War III with them because we killed one of their top generals. That was a pretty stressful time.
By the way, Cody, I just
because
also
he was a terrorist.
Yeah, so Cody, like this idea, like obviously all of these things are bad. Like we should just not engage in them again. Like you can't just be like, oh, there wasn't World War III, so it was fine. That's like, what's the word?
Speaking of which, Cody, I'm happy to announce I've entered you into the Hall of Fame terrible TikTok quotes for if Mark Milley was so worried about World War III, why didn't it happen?
Beautiful.
You should go over this list on the election.
Everybody give Cody a clap in the chat. He's in the Hall of Fame. Worst TikTok quotes we have. It's in there with, if you're worried about World War III, well, why didn't it happen?
That's right. That's right.
So bad, dude.
But seriously, if they were so worried about a war happening, then why did it never happen?
Dude, oh my God, no way.
This is crazy.
Why
are you doubling down, bro?
Funny
Dude, I just
you
can't.
want to laugh it off because you're not being serious.
So, wait,
I'm
think
being
about the
serious
point you're
this.
making. Think about the point you're making. If they're worried about something, why didn't it happen? Like, are you saying that it's impossible to be worried about the prospect of something?
That something was going to happen.
Yeah, they were concerned. Yeah. They were concerned about something happening. So are you saying it's impossible to be concerned about the prospect of something?
That's just so incoherent.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You're saying that they were convinced.
Literally what you're saying.
That a war was going to happen, and nothing ever happened.
Okay, so again,
no, they were convinced a war was likely.
Yeah, so they're worried about the prospect.
It didn't end up
Cody,
happening.
think about fill in the blanks for me here. They're worried about the prospect of a broader war. Are you saying that it's and it didn't happen? So you're saying that they can't be worried about the prospect of a broader war?
They can be worried, but then
okay. So then why are you asking this dumb shit to me? If Mark Milley was worried about World War III, why didn't it happen?
You getting upset, Hair Bear? Is that why you're starting?
You're getting upset. Are you getting upset, Hair Bear? Are you getting upset?
Cody. I just want to.
No, it's just like it's ridiculous how like ignorant you are.
Like genuinely, like being this like out of touch with reality is annoying.
No, it's not even being this out of touch. It's the willful ignorance. That's what annoys me. And like I catch myself in this all the time, and I see that with Harry as well.
Watching your live,
it makes sense.
Trying to hear from the other point of view,
but you're not.
No, but it's not just hearing the other point of view. It's you're denying reality. You're denying facts. You're denying probability.
Wait. This will help. Look, Cody, back up. Cody, no. Back up. Look, Cody. To Parker's point, you're not engaging. Like, engage in the logic here for a second, and this goes to Parker's point. If I just read you a list, if 40 of Trump's, like, be honest, 40 of Trump's 44 cabinet members, his handpicked chief of staff, attorney general, former, defense secretaries are saying like, holy shit, this guy, like I work next to him every day, really dangerous, like doesn't care about the American people, threat to democracy, like engage with this point. Why logically would that be happening? Like, I know you skimmed over it. You were like, oh, he just didn't pick the right people. But honestly, like when chiefs of staff who dedicate their time to this, and then they leave and they're like, oh God, please don't vote for him. Or, sir, we can't find voter fraud. We can't find voter fraud. Like, I don't know if you think that the 2020 election was stolen, but like all these people, we looked, we can't find voter fraud. Are we suggesting right now that all these people are what? Dumb? Are they paid off? Do they truly not know what they're doing? And just
they're corrupt. He didn't drain the swamp.
About the stolen election.
Wait, but
I believe that it
holy pivot.
Stolen.
Well, Cody, no.
Well, you brought it up.
Answer is
no. We can talk about it in a second. We can talk about the election in a second. But I want to understand in this includes the election as well. And this includes the election as well. If all of these people, 40 of his 44 cabinet members and his handpicked people, obviously very experienced in politics, a lot of them, are like work next to him every day, and they say like, please don't vote for this guy, he's incompetent. Can you engage on why you truly think that would be happening? Like, why does that not concern you? And not just he
maybe
picked the wrong
because he just
people.
wants to help the American people and wants there to be
see, this
safety.
is what part. This is hold on. This is reality. This is what Cody pause. Cody pause.
Exactly what Parker said.
Cody pause. This was
Okay,
Parker.
I am
This
paused.
was Parker's point. Is you're listening, but you're like not engaging. That's not a competent response of he wanted to help the American people. Why did his multiple former chief of staff say you should not vote for Trump? He was incompetent. It's obviously they wanted to help the American people too. You would agree with that. So why are they saying it?
I don't know. Can you tell me why they were saying that? Because I don't know.
Because my
my
opinion is that all of those people are saying that because he was truly incompetent. My opinion is that a lot of those people, especially like Alyssa Griffin, like young people in politics,
my opinion is that they're puppets.
So okay,
so they're all fake people he appointed. They're all puppets. Right. So you're saying that he didn't drain the swamp. He actually added to it by adding corrupt individuals, treasonous individuals that stole the election from him. And if they're treasonous, do you think they should be put to death?
Until after the January 6th,
you're
they're all saying
deep
this.
in the MAGA cult. It's embarrassing.
Cody,
like
not only
you just justify everything he does. Anybody who's worked close to Donald Trump and he's like, yeah, actually this guy's a total lunatic. You're like, no, they're automatically deep state. But if they love Donald Trump and they're like, oh, he's amazing, then you say that they're the best thing ever. You're so entrenched in conspiracy.
Never said
you just got to get yourself out of the hole and come back to reality with everybody else and be like, holy crap. Like the overwhelming majority of people who work with him say that he's incompetent. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
No, it's okay. I think that like the other like point here is under a lot about the election. When we heard from his chief of staff, his attorney general, the third party source, a lot of his aides who testified under oath, like, yeah, we looked, we couldn't find the evidence. We told him over and over it didn't exist. Other people who testified under that were his kids. In fact, Ivanka's testified under oath, like, I told my father, like, the election. I told my father that, like, to listen to these people and that like his idea that the election was stolen was just incorrect. So was she part of the swamp? Did she not understand? Was she wrong and her father's
she's a
right?
part of the swamp. So
like
real.
I like genuinely I want to
she's paid off. She's paid off. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
I want to understand this. Like if they're all testifying, you've explained all these people, I guess, that they're just bad people. What about his family, his daughter, his son, who said I told him it didn't exist. We looked. Are they wrong? Did they lie under oath?
Sorry, I just dazed out. I don't know. I wasn't focusing.
Surprising.
Hold on, can you just repeat?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying
Sure.
Sure. Can you please just repeat it for me? Thank you.
So when we talked about the 2020 election, a bunch of people testified under oath, his chief of staff, his attorney general, all this stuff. They're like, hey, we looked for this evidence and we told Trump like 100 times we couldn't find it. Like he needed to accept that like there was no election fraud. These are the people close to him. Some of those people who testified were his kids, including Ivanka, who testified like, I told my father this didn't exist. I told my father that like we've looked, it's not real. I knew it wasn't real. Do you think Ivanka was wrong? Cody? That's how you.
She's paid off.
If you bring a Trump family member in, because that's also part.
Can I just speak real quick?
Yeah.
Because this isn't pivoting. This is actually talking about election fraud.
Wait, but can you engage with the Ivanka point first? Ivanka.
There was 4 people in Connecticut that were charged with stuffing ballot boxes. So do I believe that there was election fraud? Yeah. Do I believe that there was enough stolen votes? No. Votes? No, I believe that Biden did win the election. I believe
so you
that
what was their political affiliation?
What?
What was their political affiliation?
Who, the ballot stuffers?
It was also not the presidential election.
Boxes.
This happened in 2019. It was for a mayoral contest.
Yeah, I know. But if this was happening, this means that this could have happened in 2020.
Wait, Cody, you understand? First of all, it was happening, and they were caught. Second of all, if your standpoint,
I know that, Chris. I know.
If you're
Cody, me speak. You're just speaking over me because I'm not.
It's because
done
you're not,
speaking
dude.
yet.
You're not engaging. Like, first of all, it's important to mention that, like,
Chris, you should let him make an incoherent point real quick.
Okay.
No, if there was election fraud in other places, that doesn't mean that it couldn't have not happened in the 2020 election, which I do believe it did happen because there was votes just coming out of random counties in New Jersey and Edison County in the 2021 governor race out of nowhere at 2 a.m. in Edison County, 20,000 votes for Murphy out of nowhere at 2 a.m. That just doesn't make sense.
Can I ask you a question? You just said that like votes were stolen, but not enough. Like Biden legitimately won. That's what you said. Like there was some ballot stuffing, but like it wasn't enough to like influence the election. Is that kind of what you said?
Yeah.
So you
Mail
disagree.
couldn't get in at 2 a.m.
So you disagree. So you
Still
disagree.
election fraud.
Okay,
though.
wait, Cody. So you disagree with Trump though, because Trump believes that there was enough ballots that like it flipped the election. So you're saying you disagree with Trump on this?
No, I do believe.
No. You're disagreeing with Trump. If you think that there wasn't enough ballots to flip the election, you are disagreeing with Donald Trump. Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't agree with him on everything.
Okay, so then that would also suggest if you acknowledge that Trump is wrong and that there isn't enough evidence for that, then the only logical conclusion I can come to is that you're also agreeing that Trump clearly doesn't care about the will of the American people or what actually happens. He cares more about staying in power.
Why would he need to be in power if he?
Well, I don't know, Cody.
Then
explain to me. Fine. Pause. Then explain to
he
me.
has
Then explain to me why.
why
Then
would
explain,
he run
Cody.
into politics
Then
out
explain.
of nowhere?
Then explain to me. You just agreed that Biden won with the will of the people. Why does Trump not believe the will of the people? You just said he was wrong.
I don't know. I don't know the mind of Donald Trump. I don't think a lot of people do either.
And we also
Let's vote for people that undermine American democracy. Yep.
And she told her father it didn't exist. Was she wrong?
I don't know. I don't remember her saying that.
I'll jog your memory. She testified.
Never heard about
you never heard about it because it was all over all the regular news and the regular people, and not on like the weird cult bullshit. So when all of Trump's like people in his cabinet and his kids testified to like, hey, we looked over and over for election fraud and couldn't find it. His attorney general, chief of staff, third party source. His kids also testified under oath on camera and said, yeah, we told him it wasn't real. So there's your memory jog. Is Ivanka wrong?
Well, if she's saying it under oath, then I don't think so. I'm not into as politics as you guys are, so I just don't remember this. But, I mean, if she's saying this under oath, then yeah, but I do believe there was election fraud, but not enough for
So you agree
Trump
Ivanka
to
was
win.
wrong? So you agree Ivanka was wrong?
No, when did I say that Ivanka
Well,
was wrong?
Wait. Here, let's clarify terms here.
You
election fraud doesn't mean that there's enough election fraud to overturn the election. So do you think that there was enough election fraud to overturn the election?
No, I just said that before.
Oh, okay. Well, then you agree here that it was a free and fair election, and that it was the case that Trump lost. And if Trump lost, he's undermining our American democracy by getting tens of millions of people to believe in lies about the election that it was stolen.
It's not stolen. If there's you have
exactly, he claimed that it was stolen, and there was no good evidence indicating that.
No.
Yeah, so wait, you agree that the election was fair, and so you're saying that Donald Trump knew the election was fair, and he tried
this
to
guy's
overturn
back
a
and
free and
forth,
fair
bro.
election.
It's not fair, but it's fair, dude.
Back and forth.
Yes, you said it was fair, then you said it was unfair.
Cody,
Biden won. I
was
believe
the
Biden
2020
won.
election fair? In the sense
Did
that
Biden
the
win?
proper person
Yes.
won.
Was there election? Was there?
Okay, no.
Was there
Yes,
dead
great.
people
That's-
voting? Yes.
Cody,
Yeah, but
there
less
is
than-
election fraud. Wait, there's election fraud in like
elections.
every single election. It's just not enough to change anything, right? There's like one person, like a handful of people in like a state of 3 million who will do something wrong, right? So if you recognize that the election was fair, then you're saying that Donald Trump knowingly tried to overturn a fair election that he didn't win and tried to improperly and, quite frankly, illegally stay in power.
Like I said, I don't agree with everything that Trump does, but at the end of the day, I do believe that he is best fit for the country.
This guy's not
the
engaging
the whole like destroying democracy thing, like trying to overturn an election he didn't win,
This
is
is
just like you just
destroying
don't
the
care.
democracy thing is just MSDNC bullcrap that they're just trying
See,
to
another
push another
bullcrap talking point. You're not even engaging. Like Donald Trump tried to overturn an election he didn't win. That is completely anti-democratic. When the people speak and make their voices heard and choose a leader, that leader wins and goes into office, and they do their thing. Right? Trump is the first
And what's
president in history
also
to not respect the
anti-democratic
peaceful transfer of power.
What's also
is when
dude,
a
you have to
president
engage.
tries to
Oh my God.
imprison his political
Stop,
opponents.
dude.
That's
You
also
have to fucking engage.
Stop. You're not. Wait. I'm happy to talk about the case with you because I guarantee you have no idea what you're talking about. But focus on this. Trump tried to overturn an election he didn't win, which you acknowledge was a fair election.
Did Biden win? Yes. But there was illegal votes that went into the
but
election.
you also agree that the votes were not enough to overturn the election, so it doesn't matter. There is
Yes.
election fraud in every single election. If it's not enough to overturn the election, it's not significant, especially when it's like a handful of people, right? So Donald Trump tried to overturn an election that you recognize as fair, and you just think that him trying to do that, trying to stay in power when he knew he lost, is just like whatever?
What? I never said that.
Dude, the mental
I'm asking
fucking
you.
gymnastics here.
I'm asking you. Do you just think it's like whatever?
What, the transition of power?
No, him trying to steal an election.
He never. Look, you're putting this into words that it actually isn't. Stealing an election? No.
Yeah, he tried to steal the election.
That.
Yeah.
Cody, there was like 7
yes,
swing
he did.
states. He sent fake
Holy
electors
shit.
to the swing state. He sent fake electors to the swing states. I live in Georgia, so he sent a group of fake electors who claimed to be the rightful electors, claimed to try to certify that Trump won Georgia. They even had like a fake document. Multiple of those people, including lawyers, have pled guilty in Georgia to trying to defraud the United States. So yeah, that definitely happened.
Yeah, there's even a video of the people in Arizona doing it on video, signing false elector documents. We have subpoenaed emails of the chair of the RNC confirming that Donald Trump was involved in the fake elector scheme. He also was trying to pressure his vice president to reject votes so he could win.
Donald Trump, being in the Oval Office, trying to force the Department of Justice to sign a letter that they agree that there was voter fraud, and they refused to do it. So
and that they wanted them to seize machines and stuff like that. That was talked about in an attempt to persuade the people that there was fraud of some kind when there wasn't, and he knew there wasn't, and everybody around him was telling him that there wasn't.
I don't agree with everything that Trump has done or said.
Okay, but wait, but this is a huge thing to disagree with somebody on. I'm sure you're not a fan of Putin rigging elections in Russia to stay in power. I'm sure you're not a fan of that happening in dictatorship. So why are you just I don't agree with him in his political
opponent either?
Yeah, wait, I'm happy. Stop pivoting because you're just really good at it. Stop pivoting and focus on the topic at hand. You are pivoting. So I'm asking you, do you think it's okay when elite dictators in these countries steal elections so they can stay in power? Do you think that's okay?
No.
Okay, so you disagree with them, right? And you think that's really bad, right?
Yeah, because Putin's a dictator. He just says it's a democracy.
Yeah, wait, what?
He's a dictator. He just says that Russia's a democracy, which it really isn't.
Okay, thank you for that very insightful comment. Yes, we know that. Yeah. So you're not a fan of Putin doing that. You think that Putin is bad for doing that. You think he's wrong, right?
Yeah. Well.
Okay. So then why can't you say that Donald Trump is wrong for trying to steal the election?
I never said that he was right or wrong.
Okay, I'm asking. So say it. Say he's wrong for doing it. Say Donald Trump is wrong for trying to steal the election.
I don't agree with everything that he.
Okay,
did.
so say it. Say Donald Trump is wrong for trying to steal the election. Say it.
No, he's not wrong or right.
Oh my dude, you are so deep. You are
wait,
so
so
deep.
if wait,
Deep
wait, wait,
in
so
what?
wait,
Deep
let me
in
just
what?
get this clear. Cody. So you think that Joe Biden, if he were to lose in 2024, can send false electors to states to try to overturn it? He can try to pressure the DOJ to overturn the election and seize voting machines. He could pressure his own vice president to do so. All that stuff, you're perfectly okay with it? He can call state legislators telling them to call special session.
It should be investigated, and that's what Trump was trying to do.
No. Wait.
I give us $5 for Trump for prison.
1 second, Cody. I'm asking you a very simple question. Can Joe Biden do all of these things? Send fake electors, call legislators, trying to pressure them to find votes, and call special sessions to decertify Trump's votes so he could have his vote certified? Do you think that's okay for Joe Biden to do? And do you think it's okay for him to enter into a conspiracy with multiple people to do it?
From Trump, then Biden should be able to set up an investigation to find.
No, I'm not talking about an
votes.
investigation. I'm not talking about an investigation. We're not talking about investigations here. We're talking about fake electors and calling up people, pressuring them to find quote unquote votes for Biden to decertify Trump's votes. Do you think that's okay? Blatantly ignoring the will of the people of the state?
He should have people call up and try to find into these fake votes.
No, he wasn't asking for looking into fake votes. He was asking the Georgia Secretary of State to find him votes. He's like, I need you to find me 11,701 votes, which is one more vote than what Joe Biden won by, for example. And he was telling him, call a special session. You need to decertify these votes. Do you think Joe Biden doing that would be okay?
Harrison, thank you for the $1.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you don't know what we're talking about because you have no idea what you're talking about generally. You have no idea what goes on in the world around you. You don't know what Donald Trump did. You don't know that Donald Trump tried to steal the election. You don't know about his case. You don't know about him being a sexual abuse. You don't know any of this.
You are just spewing liberal MNDTV nonsense, Harry.
Yeah, you don't know any of this. You can look. There's entire reports on this stuff, but you don't care to read.
Disabled people, like how you were mocking that disabled person before. Because you
what?
thought he was on
wait,
drugs?
no one,
Chris,
no, that's
yes,
Cody,
remember that,
Cody,
remember
that's
that, Chris?
Cody. Listen,
you thought he was
Cody, can you listen to me for 1 second? I've been very quiet this whole time. Cody, be quiet.
Disabled problems.
Cody, he wasn't doing that because
Chris
they were disabled.
Now.
He had no clue that individual had some type of restriction from them being able to speak. That was an honest
did you see his
mistake.
profile picture?
He didn't see the profile picture insofar as that he would have had some issue with being able to speak. There were plenty of people on earlier that were drunk, and there are plenty of people that come on our lives that are drunk, that are wasted, that have no clue what they're talking about. Listen, Cody, be quiet, Cody. Cody.
No, you be quiet. You
listen,
idiot
I want you to let me
moron.
finish.
All you liberals are the same.
You're just so mad.
I don't
You're
think
literally
you know
so
what
mad
2
that
plus
I'm
2 is,
responding.
bro. I don't think you can do basic math. I don't think you can do basic math. I don't want to hear you call anybody else stupid when you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. You can't form a coherent thought. You cannot form a coherent thought. You cannot form a coherent thought. You have no idea what you're talking about.
No, you're
you
just
don't
paid
read,
by the
you don't
DNC
investigate, you don't
to
try to
put out
research,
stuff.
you don't do
Yes,
any
I
of it.
do.
You
I
cannot
do.
form a coherent
You
thought.
are what?
I said you cannot form a coherent thought.
No, I can. I'm sure my
Cody, do you want me to
coherent thoughts are
continue
a lot
explaining it,
better
or were
than
you
yours.
just virtue signaling?
See, look at this. Look at this.
Cody, do you want me to continue explaining it, or do you want to virtue signal?
What a
Thank you for the champion. Thank you.
Jack, what? Yeah, exactly. You're mad.
Cody,
You're saying
do you want me to continue explaining it, or were you just doing it to virtue signal?
Wait, one second. I'm mad at your
extremely
idiocy.
mad
You
right
come in
now.
here and spew nonsense, and then you go, "Oh, your talking points," which, by the way, are
I come in here
verifiable by
because
actual reports put out by the government. You're like, they're MSDNC talking points. You have no idea what you're talking about. You have not a clue.
No.
Wait. All right. Give me. Let me ask you this. Name 3 charges against Donald Trump, and now all of his criminal cases. He's facing 88 felony charges. Can you name 3?
Falsifying documents. The thing with Michael Cohen? Look, I'm not paying attention to these trials as much as you guys are because
exactly.
I have
but you
a
can
life.
form
I
a
don't
coherent
sit
thought,
on
right?
social media.
No, you said,
and
but you said that Joe
articles all the
Biden's. Wait,
time.
hold on. You said that Joe Biden's targeting his political opponents. So surely you know what he's targeting him for, right?
He's targeting his political opponents, and I
With
just
what?
gave you one.
With what? Name 3 charges.
And I just got a violation warning, probably because you guys are trying to get me off or reporting.
Yeah,
me or whatever.
everybody's targeting Cody. Cody's just so important that everybody's trying to target Cody. No, you're
it's how
you're
it
spewing
is.
misinformation.
All the liberals try to silence the regular
Nobody's trying to
American
silence
people.
you. You're up
Yes, you
here
are.
in front
Then why
of
am I getting
5,500
violation
people.
warning? I
You're
have
up,
to get off.
Cody,
I have
you're
to get
in
off.
front of
I have to get
5,500
off
people
before I
talking.
get
You're clearly
banned.
not silenced.
I have to get off before I get banned.
Oh,
Do
God.
not
What
have
a
it
shame
this way.
that is. Go away. What a shame it is. Go away, please. Oh, my God, dude. Holy crap.
Hey, Harry, buddy. I got you, man. I got you.
Yo, oh, my God.
I got you,
Christopher,
man.
for the
No, Harry.
Thank you, Christopher, for the $10. Love your lives. I get too much pleasure in listening to MAGA vote, trying to sound intelligent and failing horrible. I appreciate you. And Kristen and Keith Thompson, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you. Hold on now. And then thank you, Israel, for the $2.
And Cody, thank you for the
no.
$5. Thank you so much, Cody. I really appreciate it. And Arroyo, thank you for the $5 as well.
Hey, wait, hold on now. Should I make him big screen? He's about to dolphin dive. What do I do? Okay.
Make a big screen. Chris, are you okay, bro?
Are you okay?
Bro fucking ran into his wall. For what?
Did
Who
anybody
paid him
screen
money to
record
do that?
Dude, holy shit.
Did anybody screen record that?
Dude, my mic bent the wrong direction. That was bad.
Oh no.
It's fine.
Chris
How'd
breaking
that
his setup for a joke.
How'd that look? That one look better, Harry, you think? Was that one
bro good?
If anybody got that, please send it to me on Instagram.
Was that one as funny?
Yeah, dude, you had like
that-
the bowling sounds again, bro.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm good. I think my elbow is bleeding a little bit, but no battle scar. That's all we asked for.
Chris, oh my god.
Dude, when I came up here, my mic was like here. Oh, it was a good time. It was a good time. That's how it feels debating MAGA, dude. It's just every time I get on here, I expect greatness, and I get let down every time. Oh. Someone in the comments said this is what extreme Democrats do. That like dive into their setups. That's right.
Someone said Israel funds you. It's a person's name.
Yeah, it's a person's name.
Oh my god, this person's so dense, bro. It's like when someone sends me a
no, Parker, that's 100%
by the
right.
DNC.
No, Parker, what do you mean? It's 100% right. The country Israel has a cash app, and they just like funnel us. That makes perfect sense.
They just send you $2. Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
what I
they
mean?
send me $2. Right.
Real quick, Bren, thank you so much. It's really good to see you. I got to DM you back. $20 on Venmo. W, just so proud of you for using your voice to educate. Keep being you, Bren. I appreciate you so much. It truly goes a long way. Twilla, I believe, $5. Fellow blue dot in a red state, turn Arkansas blue, will make it happen. Took a while for Georgia, but much love. I really, really appreciate it. Seriously. Alana, $3. I saw the wheels turn. Yeah. Alana, it's why you need me up there to, lol, you're okay. It's not crazy to ask. Alana, I appreciate you a lot. I appreciate you being a supporter. Rams.
Did you just take a shit, Money Man?
No, I did not.
Ramses, I think. Thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. Have you made a video detailing that list? If not, please do. You know what? I'll post that tomorrow. I got you. I appreciate the idea. It's a good idea. Been watching for a while. You're getting really good at this. Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. Super kind words, man. I appreciate you so much, truly. All right, go ahead. Sorry, we'll read Cash Apps in a second as well, guys. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, Venmo, Cash App. Oh God, are you kidding me, Parker?
That shit's crazy, huh?
Dude, are you serious, bro?
I wish, right?
I wish, dude. Like, seriously. That'd be crazy at 21. All of our Venmo, all of our Cash Apps are in our link in our bio. At least me and Parker's links in our bio, our link tree. And Chris is, I don't know, I think Chris's might be in his bio or just might be his TikTok username. So if you want to support, link in bio, but, of course, no pressure. All right, what's up, Money Man? Are you MAGA?
And if someone has that recording, like, send it to me somewhere. My DMs are over there.
I just got it.
Let me see. It better be good. That is genuinely how I was feeling.
I mean, I'm sorry. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go.
So I'm not quite sure to answer what I should answer your question. I mean, first off, I would like to say that so I'm actually, English isn't my first language, so I'm trying my best right now to kind of like communicate with you guys. I hope you guys understand that. But if you ask me if I'm MAGA, I am MAGA, and I want to be a MAGA. There are so many different factors that is making me actually, like, leaving me, this is the only choice that I would like to actually get, which is being a MAGA. So would you like to talk about these factors that is making me like that?
Sure. So what are the factors?
I mean, it's simply like every time, every day when you open the news, take as nightly news, NBC nightly news. And I'm talking about NBC nightly news. I'm not talking about any Fox News or anything that is too extreme. Like, take it for example, right? Tonight I was watching the news, and literally by the end of that news, they were talking about how they were able to call actually a criminal, an organized criminal Chinese basically cartel, if you want to say, or whatsoever, how they were running their illegal business to actually distribute marijuana in the country. Take that fact and think about all these people that they were able to actually get into the country, taking the fact that, ever since, basically Biden got to office until now, there are 10 million of illegal immigrants who actually got to the country illegally. And by the way, I would like to point out here that I'm actually legal immigrant who came to the country legally, who had to go through the system and get all the vetting process to be able to actually live in this country.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Do you think that the system should go faster?
Do I think the system should go faster? Of course, it should go faster.
Well, then it sounds like you agree with Democrats as it relates to that.
No, let me just explain one thing, Parker, if you don't mind. Well, I do believe that the system has to go faster, but like when we actually look at the fact, when we have this policy in place, the policy is called catch and release. This is literally you telling everybody in the world, hey guys, come on over, come on to our country. Hey, we're not gonna touch you, we're not gonna do nothing bad to you, we're just gonna catch and release. This is the policy that our president has the executive order to stop this. All right, and just guys, I'm not.
Are you saying Trump stopped that?
Hold on. Let me. Well, of course.
Are you saying Trump stopped that?
Yeah, he did actually stop that.
Really?
Because
When?
he had a stay in Mexico policy. Have you not heard about this policy?
So if you want to say the stay in Mexico border policy, well, then it would be the case that one, that wouldn't relate to undocumented immigration. That's through the asylum process, which is legal. Two, that's not how international law defines it. Literally no other country that's developed, right, refers to it that way. And then three, as it relates to the Remain in Mexico border policy, that couldn't possibly be explaining why there's more people coming to the country, like it not being there, because Obama's administration didn't have the Remain in Mexico border policy, yet there was significantly less people coming here.
So let me just point out one thing here about staying in Mexico and catch and release. All right, when Trump was in office, I mean, numbers don't lie, guys. All right, look at the facts. Since Biden has been in the office until now, there are 10 million illegal immigrants crossing the country. Am I lying with that? I don't think so. Now,
if you're just talking about you're just talking about encounters, and that's not undocumented immigrants necessarily.
Well, I'm talking about people that actually went the journey and came to Mexico and then went through our country from Nevada and California. I'm talking
but also
about
the numbers are misleading, right? Like the numbers don't indicate just like
on Google, Harry.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. First of all, as Parker mentioned, those are just encounters. That doesn't mean that they came into the country. Second of all, to say that like the quote unquote the numbers don't lie and then like put it on Joe Biden is wild, because it's very possible, and which is the case right now, that things are happening outside of our border that are forcing people up into the country that is taking place under Biden, not Trump, right? Like why would you just automatically think that it's Biden who caused this when in reality there's things happening outside of our country that are like making people want to seek new economic opportunity, for example.
Go back to when Biden got to the office. The first couple executive orders who actually got he took all, I mean, Title 42. You remember you've heard
Title
about
42 still went on during the Biden administration, but it can't go on forever. It's a pandemic era policy. You can't you actually have to argue in front of courts as to why it should continue. And if there's no like pandemic era threat or medical threat to the country, you can't continue Title 42. Trump didn't have Title 42 for his entire presidency.
Hurry. When you see the amount of drugs that has been flooding in our country, when you see, and by the way, I just want to point out
Adriana, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you.
Fentanyl. So deaths as a result of the F drug actually went down in 2023. Yeah, and Biden has seized more at the border than Trump did.
Well, Lori, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you.
I'll just really quick on that point as well. Like Biden, like a lot of that, the F drug that's flowing through is coming from China, and that's exactly why Biden had a very important meeting with Xi Jinping in San Francisco that went well enough for like one of Biden's demands to make relations better was like you have to get control in China over the F drug like coming out of your country because it's hurting us here. And there was some type of agreement on that, although it's been a while. It was last year, so I'd have to go look into what that was. But.
Okay, Chris. When you are in your house and you are under threat, you know that there are people coming into your country, right? And you are the owner of this house. You have the key. You can lock in and make sure that we're not gonna just wait until we have people come into our country and then we say, oh, we should have done this, we should have done that. They just got 8 people that are basically they're tied to ISIS, and I've heard you guys talking about this. I mean, Harry, I cannot watch your video all the time, right? I mean, and your life all the time. So I've heard you guys talking about this, which is great. But like the fact that the matter, guys, that this is actually a big factor, and I'm guys, at the end of the day, like when I like when we have this debate is for the best for our country, right? We both, I mean, you guys and us, we all like who is Biden, who's Trump. At the end of the day, they are just 2 people. We're not gonna be here sitting and talking about 2 people who actually, at the end of the day, this is our country. This is where we want to raise.
No, we all agree 100% that we're like arguing for the best of our country, but that is not Donald Trump. He doesn't have any immigration policy. He had 4 years to try to solve it. He failed. He had the Republican House and Senate. He failed. And his policy right now changes nothing. He's saying like, yeah, let's just deport a bunch of people. What does that solve?
It is not going to solve. But what
exactly. So Trump doesn't have any policy.
Harry, just give me 1 second.
Okay, but please make it quick.
When Trump came up with the wall, idea, right? And I know it's a very extreme idea, and I know it's something can't be happen and all this and that. But the fact that how Democrats go back to 2018 to 2017, how Democrats, when Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi went to the Oval Office, and they were arguing, pressure him just to actually like trying to create all these hoax, all these stuff, just so they can distribute, kind of like prevent him from what he was actually trying to do to solve this issue.
What would the wall solve? What would the wall solve?
The wall will solve the biggest issue that we are going to face soon.
And what's the biggest issue?
We are having people right now who got to this country illegally, and they're doing criminal activity in this country. Unfortunately,
wait
right now, sir.
The biggest issue with immigration right now is people abusing the asylum system. That's the biggest issue. There's not like this swath of undocumented migrants who are like flooding the border and going in and sneaking in, and we have no idea. That's just not true. Right? It's just not true. So the biggest problem is asylum. What's Donald Trump's plan to address asylum?
Let me just address one thing on this regard.
But then please answer my question.
That there are 10 million people who got to this country illegally, right?
No, those are 10 million encounters.
Right. I agree with you on this one. I apologize. Okay. But the fact that just this fact that when they got to this country illegally, think about what they actually went through. I've heard stories from people who got to this country illegally and now they're actually, they got catch and release and all this and that. They had to pay $10,000 to the cartel in Mexico to be able to get to where they are. I'm talking about people coming from Africa, Jordan, all
That's how the asylum process works. It's from countries around the world.
No, Chris. I'm sorry, Barker. This is not. They did not. They paid this to the cartel. So basically, they empowered all these people in Mexico to be able to get to the border.
Can I actually tell you something there? I think that the cartels exist and have their power due to U.S. foreign policy related to the drug war, right? What funds the cartels?
I mean, all the illegal activities that they do.
And what are those typically?
All the drugs that they've been flooding the country.
Oh, right. So, would they have less power in doing so if we legalize and decriminalize most of these types of drugs?
Of course.
So, if that's true, why don't we look at the root cause of why cartels are this way, right? Because in that sort of standpoint, a lot of these people coming from these countries would be more likely to stay in those countries, more likely to build up the countries they exist in, than try to come to the U.S. for better conditions. If it was the case that the conditions that existed there were better, and we have to acknowledge that the U.S. is aided in making the conditions of these countries worse off due to its U.S. foreign policy. Right again.
Right, Parker, but we can't solve every country's problem. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just country. Yeah, we have.
I never said we could solve it all, but we could solve issues we caused, right? And I think we have the obligation to solve that if we can.
When I see people coming from all over the world, I mean, what about all these countries in South Africa? I mean, I'm sorry, in South America. We did not create any war in
U.S. foreign policy related to the drug war. That also impacts South America. Absolutely.
Well, they have. Well, Barker, they have
also colonialization, right? If we're talking about Africa, if we're talking about South America, these countries, right, have been colonized, stripped of resources, taken advantage of by European countries for generations. That also is important to take into account.
Right.
There are plenty of things that the U.S. and other Western European countries have done to these countries that we have to, as a society, acknowledge and try to help out because they were caused by the country in which we reside in which we benefit from.
Right, I get it. I know. I mean, at the end of the day, I disagree with a lot of stuff that we've done as the foreign policies. But the fact that the matter is that we just look at it how is it right now, right? We have people, and by the way, and this is the same. I've gained this information that I'm gonna provide you from the same nightly news that I actually see every day. There are people who gets to the border. Guess what they do? They destroy their document. They literally destroy the document, and then they get into the U.S. and they claim to be whoever they are. And how can we run the background check on all these people? Guess what? We're not going to be able to do that.
So we fund the Border Patrol more, right?
Make the system go faster, which would incentivize people to go through the legal process.
Yeah,
right?
well,
and Kimberly, thank you for the $25 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Kimberly.
Barker, how are we going to make the system faster if we're actually allowing
exactly
everybody to flood the country?
So pass the policy that Joe Biden tried to pass. So Biden tried to provide billions more dollars to Border Patrol and funding for this very reason, to process people quicker or to hire more people to deal with asylum claims or the F drug and things like that. That's what Biden tried to do, and the Republicans shot it down. But anyway, we'll wrap up the debate in a second. You can make one more point, and we'll
sure. Harry, I'm gonna wrap up this too. Harry, let me ask you just a simple question, and please answer me with the straight, not thinking about it as a Democrat or Republican. Yep. Do you believe that the president right now have the power to stop the immigration process? Crisis. Do you believe this?
No, not by himself. No.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I guess
What legal authority does he have?
he does have all the authority, all the executive order to shut down the border due to the rise of. I mean, he
He
recently
just signed an executive order, and it already got sued by the ACLU, and the ACLU is likely going to prevail.
So hold on a second. He has all the argument in the world to prove to the court that he shut down the border. He can shut down the border for the sake of our country, for our national security. This is a national security hearing.
This is nonsense. This is nonsense. This absolutely is. You would lose that argument in court in a minute, right? Saying like, oh, more people coming to the border and like claiming asylum is a national security issue. We're doing it for national security reasons because we think we're being No, that's nonsense. Donald Trump used that same logic in court. He tried to do like a bunch of things that were illegal in immigration and lost like the majority of the time he was sued in court on this stuff with executive orders, right? So it's not as easy as just saying like, oh, the president signed an executive order. That's great. Let's do it. And it's all good. What's up, Jillian? It actually has to like prevail in court and be legal. And a lot of this stuff is illegal. The president can't just shut down immigration.
All right, Harry, look, at the end of the day, I mean, I know we're closing this rubbernes, but at the end of the day, look, I honestly, if this come to me, like I'm talking to you, like I recently become an American citizen awesome. After I went through all that process, and I basically had to stay here for 5 years after my green card. But like, just for the sake of the country, like I'm just saying, honestly, let's just, I mean, I know our country is way too divided that I can't even change anything with it. But like, just think about the fact that unfortunately we're at the point of our, American history where we have to pick and choose between somebody who basically they described him like, I mean, one of the Democrat basically member described that an elderly man who has a poor memory, who has to run the country, and Donald Trump.
They didn't describe him as that. That's not true. Okay, wait, I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off. You're spreading misinformation. Nobody described him as that. That is the defense that special counsel Robert Hur said that they think Biden would put up, not that he is that.
And unfortunately, when we look at it at the second part with Donald Trump, who basically, I believe, unfortunately, but I do believe that when if he gets to the office, he's actually going to like spend all the time fighting all that Democrats and everything they actually did for him. And that's what's sad. Okay. Like if any one of them, they get to this point, it's just going to be sad for our country. So
what state are you voting in?
I'm actually in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania.
God help us all. All right, man. You have a good rest of your night, okay?
Nice talking to you guys. I hope you guys all get.
I hope you should listen to our debates more. I think it would convince you.
Yeah. Yo, Kimberly, thank you for the $25 on Venmo. I appreciate you. Very, very kind. And you also supported Parker. That's amazing. Adriana, thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. And Lori, thank you for the $5 saying, don't tell anyone I'm the DNC. That's how we get it, everybody. They funnel it through Lori. Shannon, thank you for the $5. And Janine, thank you for the $25 on Venmo. Janine. And that's amazing. I appreciate you. Love you, Harry. Thanks for educating us all. I love you too, Janine. Thank you so much. And Chris, thank you for the $1. I appreciate you, my man. Hold on now. Cody, thank you for the $5 saying America's only hope is Biden in 2024, Trump for prison. I love it, Cody, my man, long hauler. And Marshall, thank you for the $1.69. And Crystal, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you. All right, if you're MAGA in the chat, we'll bring you up. Let's go. Should I break out the Jeopardy music?
Yeah, we honestly should.
All right, we're bringing out the Jeopardy music.
Who's Caleb?
Hello?
I don't know. Caleb, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Who added him up?
I did, but he just appeared for me.
Oh, Caleb, so how old?
22.
And are you voting Trump?
Yes.
Why?
It has nothing to do with my political views. I would honestly say that I'm more in the middle. And in fact, maybe a little bit more on the left side. But just the fact that I do not think Biden's a good fit for the country.
My God.
And you think Trump is?
I mean, my God.
Is Trump a good fit for the country?
Wait, what, bro?
I think...
Ryan, thank you for the $5.
I think the thought process behind Trump's reasonings makes sense versus everything that Biden has done so far.
Like what?
Pulling troops out, I never agreed with. I think
Trump set that up. That was set up by Trump.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was. You want to bet how much money? $1,000.
Yeah, Caleb, how much money you want to bet on this right now?
That was in Biden's term.
How much? Wait. How much do you want to?
Oh my God! It was followed through under Biden's term. The agreement was set up by Trump.
How much money do you want to bet on this right now, Caleb?
$1,000 each.
$1,000 each. Well, if we are wrong, both Chris, Parker, and I will all send you $1,000. But if you're wrong, you have to send us like each 50. Sound good to you guys?
You can do 1,000 each.
Or you want to do? Okay, we'll do 1,000 each.
Let's see the facts.
Do you take the deal?
bet?
I'm telling you my thoughts on why I'm not.
Do you take the bet or no?
I mean, no, but
wait, you're not telling us.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you're not
exactly.
telling. You're not. You're not telling
very
us.
interesting.
Caleb, you're not telling us your thoughts. You right just then. You just told us an objective, just not truth, and we're just calling you out.
Yeah, it's completely false.
It's just false.
So since you won't take the bet, what the agreement to pull troops out of Afghanistan was called the Doha Accords, and that agreement was signed with the Taliban in February of 2020 when Donald Trump was still in office. So if Trump were to win, they were already reducing troop presence in Afghanistan before Trump left office. But if he were to win, the Afghanistan pullout would have still happened. Now, the Doha Accords was a really bad deal. The Inspector General blamed it for one of the reasons as to why the pullout was so messy and terrible, but it was initiated by Donald Trump.
Okay.
So if you disagree with the Afghanistan withdrawal, then you disagree with Donald Trump as well.
Okay. Well, let me say this. You could be right on that one argument, but the argument of me wanting a president in a good mental state still hasn't been argued.
Oh, so you're voting for Biden then, right? Because you wouldn't be voting for Donald Trump, who couldn't even identify his own ex-wife. You wouldn't be voting for Donald Trump, who said that Obama is still president, or the guy that said we're going into World War II, or couldn't identify his former White House doctor who was in a crowd in front of him. You wouldn't be voting for someone who does any of that stuff, right?
Obama.
Well, I could say countless examples for things Biden
Okay,
has
go for
done.
it. Go for it.
If you want me to sit here and tell you all the times
Go for it,
Biden
yeah.
has
Go for it.
has
Just give us
made
one.
himself
Just
look
give
like
us
a
one
complete
time.
Idiot.
Yeah, give us one
time.
Where like he
Off the
completely
dome.
got something wrong. He didn't stutter, he didn't misspeak because we do that all the time. But give us one time where he just completely got something wrong.
Okay. Based off of everything that I have seen off Biden and his policies and the way he speaks, I would much rather have a president.
Whoa. One time. One time. Give us one time.
I don't know a time.
You don't know any.
Oh man! You know what? I must have the force. I knew it. I just knew it. I must have telepathy.
I don't pay attention to like the things.
No, just
Biden
stop right there.
says.
Period. I don't pay attention.
I pay attention to the things
What's up,
that
everybody from Tommy's Live? Appreciate you.
I pay attention to everything he does / amends in the country, like laws.
Okay, so what Biden policy do you disagree with?
Like I said, policies when it comes to Biden don't necessarily disagree with. It's just.
So what policies did you like under Trump?
The immigration problem, which is my main thing.
What policy did you like under Trump?
I liked the immigration. I live in Texas.
What was the immigration policy under Trump?
All right, bro. Y'all handle this
one. I live in Texas, and I've seen what it's become versus what it used to be.
Okay, so now we just need cause and effect. So explain to me what policy changed from Trump to Biden that causes. If you're making the cause Biden, then what did Biden do to make it so bad?
I don't Oh my God, bro! Yo, dude, this guy. So bad.
Yeah, guys, cause and effect.
Lol,
is really
listen,
important.
did you get the source yet, bro?
But yeah, it was bang great. I was letting you guys speak. And
Thank
then
you. I
there was
appreciate it. Very respectful. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, there's also some there's 3 or 4 other websites that also stated if you just look from 2020 to 24 inflation rates.
Yeah, which sources?
There was also one. There was Metro Center. There was Bankrate. There was
what's
also.
the title so I can find it?
Give me 1 second so I can give you the full thing.
Go ahead.
Real quick.
Whoever just said 4v1, nice MAGA math.
Yeah, right.
Just like when I was
they
at a
got
rally.
MAGA Mogul, MAGA Mobile, MAGA Math.
Yeah, no, seriously. I was at a rally and in Vegas, and I bought water because I was dying of thirst because it was 112 degrees outside, and literally the person gave me back incorrect change.
That's right. That's
Immediately thought MAGA math. You know what I mean?
Math right there.
That would happen at a Trump rally. They give me incorrect change, right? $1 too little.
Real quick.
Yeah, it's
I didn't say anything. I said he needs it.
That's right. Look at Parker, OG. Raul, so good to see you. For Dolphin Diving, $5 on Cash App. I appreciate you so much. Truly, it's great to see you. Goes a long way. W's in the chat. Savannah, $4.50. Hi, Chris. Shout out Lulu and Mara. Love you guys. Shout out people on live. Savannah, great to see you. And also $1 for the Discord misses you. I'll be in there. Savannah, I love you. I'm glad that you're in there now. Mary, great to see you. $3 for trying to be calm on TikTok. You're so kind. I really hope you're well. It goes a long way. I remained calm. That's why I dolphin dived into my setup. Cody, thanks so much for $5 on Cash App for Trump for President 2024, dude. Goes a long way. I agree.
Dolphin diving into the setup is crazy.
I know. Popular Monster. Hi, Chris. Welcome to Jackass. Oh, that's right. The dolphin dive. Hi, Chris. I got to perfect it, though. I need more of like an angle so I can not just run into it, but just elegance. That's what I need.
We're gonna get a Twitter clip to blow up.
That's right.
This.
Popular Monster. I really appreciate the $5 on Cash App. Goes a long way. And Christina, $5 for Sir. Please don't do that again. Christina, great to see you. Sorry, it's been a minute since I read all these, but don't do that again. We'll see. Depends if MAGA just infuriates me. Sometimes I just feel like I need to dolphin dive into something. I really appreciate you. It goes a long way.
Yo, Chris, can I give you advice, though? You probably shouldn't dolphin dive because people can actually report you for self-harm.
That is, he's actually not wrong. There's one time on live, I did not the same thing, but I did something like that. I stood up and I started making motions like I was punching the air, and I got banned for 2 weeks for self-harm. Yeah.
People get
I don't know.
TikTok's banned for this fucking breaking keyboards.
That's right. Nicole, thanks for the $5 on Venmo.
But anyways, it's www.great.com, and then there's also www.
I'm asking for the title, not the website title. I'm asking you what the title is of it.
You want the title?
Yeah.
What happened to the other guy?
Relevant to this particular
He
service.
He
left right after Chris asked him a basic question.
I asked him what the cause. He was like, "I live in Texas. The border's my main issue." I was like, "Okay, so Biden's the cause," and you're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "So what did Biden do to cause that?" And then he left.
Okay.
It's literally latest inflation statistics. That's literally the title.
What is the claim? What is the claim?
Missy, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. I appreciate you.
But anyways, also homelessness is gone up 30% since 2020, which I get. It's COVID, that was also a thing. I can't fucking deny that. COVID fucked everybody up.
And the reason why homelessness went up is because a lot of social programs expired that the Democrats wanted to renew. Like, for example, the child tax credit, which reduced child poverty by 50% in 1 year. The Democrats were like, hey, let's renew it. And the Republicans said, no.
That's right.
Joe, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. W Joe in the comment section. Thank you, Joe.
And I wouldn't even call myself Republican. I'm more independent than anything. I will say that.
What state are you voting in?
I'm in Florida as of right now, but I'm from Iowa.
I grew up in Iowa as well.
Harry, look, you can look at what I just DM'd you on Twitter. Very helpful graph that I found.
Yeah, so here's my question. Can you name one policy that Donald Trump influenced to get passed that benefit the middle class?
Say that again. Sorry, I'm sick. My ears are congested.
You're good. Don't worry. Can you name one policy that Donald Trump influenced to get passed that benefit the middle class?
The middle class? Fuck. Sadly, no. Sadly, no.
So what makes
thanks for the $3.
So knowing
I'll buy
that
myself
Trump,
a ball pit. I love you.
Knowing that Trump's a proven sexual abuser, proven fraudster, election denier, he's been undermining American democracy for the past few years with no sufficient evidence. Why would you want to vote for this guy, given that you don't know a single policy that he passed that benefit the middle class?
What was the last president that actually went to the Russian embassy before Donald Trump?
I don't know. Is that
That's quite the pivot.
Is that relevant more than sexual abuse, defamation, fraud?
That's quite the pivot.
It was
34
JFK.
felonies?
It was JFK.
So what? Why does that matter?
Let's name a random statistic that has nothing to do with the conversation. That'll definitely own the list.
Who was the last president?
That will own the libs.
Who was the last president that ate a burger with Dijon mustard?
That's right. That's President.
You know,
I'm
it
just
was
saying.
Barack
Wait,
Obama.
real quick. Jamie, thank you so much for $10 on bet. Excuse me. Thank you so much for excuse me. Turn off these lights, Jamie. Thank you so much for $10 on Venmo first aid kit. I love you. I'll do it. Audrey, $5. I don't know if I've seen you in here. I really, really appreciate it. It goes along with medical bills after the dive. Well, thanks.
And then also, you guys always go after Trump on how he insults people. Chris, do you feel bad about
what you did to that handicapped guy in the wheelchair.
Bro, yeah,
earlier, brother?
actually, hold on. Let me speak. Actually,
No, I'll
yes.
let him.
Actually, yes. I feel incredibly bad. Like, I apologize profusely.
Because it was an honest mistake.
It was an honest.
Wait.
Multiple people have come up here very drunk or intoxicated or
They're
high.
saying this because they're mad. They're literally just mad. Like,
it was.
to
I
be
genuinely
totally frank,
apologize.
he had no clue. He apologized immediately. He did nothing fucking wrong in that scenario because there are plenty of people that come up on our lives all the time that specifically state that are drunk, that are clearly not engaging properly.
Right?
And if it is the case that he makes an honest mistake and he owns up to it, right? I don't see anything wrong with that.
And then if Trump apologizes,
can I finish this, Lori? Lori,
Yeah, go,
Lori,
go,
buddy,
go, go,
appreciate
go,
you, bro. Audrey, thank you so much. Great to see you. If you're down there, I'd love to follow. Lori, not you, Lori, a different Lori. You made it in a new mic, $5. I appreciate you so much. And Nicole, of course, thank you so much. You guys are the best. You're good now.
But if Donald Trump was to apologize, we wouldn't forgive him, right?
When is Donald? Wait, name
That's
one
one of the
time he
biggest
apologized.
reasons why it's bad.
Name one time you remember Donald Trump apologizing. Name one. Lori, you actually make a great point because one of the reasons we're not voting for him is you've never heard him say, I should have done that. I got it wrong. You've never heard him apologize. Not once. This is the guy who said a hurricane was going to hit Alabama. And when the National Weather Service put out a statement like, hey, guys, just so everyone's safe, it's actually not going to hit Alabama. 2 days after that on national television, he came out with a graph and in Sharpie, he had penned in Alabama because he couldn't admit that he was wrong. When have you ever heard Donald Trump say, I'm sorry? Go. I know a time Biden said sorry recently.
I mean, I'm sure he has said I'm sorry. I mean,
Donald Trump, no, he literally hasn't. He's a raging narcissist.
I mean, they could also make that same opinion about you, Chris.
What?
They couldn't. How?
Yo,
Construct
does
the
it
argument.
feel good knowing you're top 5 worst people I've ever talked to on TikTok? Straight up.
Honestly, you have a lot to go through. Trust me, dude. There's some fucking insufferable people.
You're not even making an argument right now. You're just attacking Chris for some reason. It's really strange.
I'm just saying because we make these same accusations against Trump. And
Dude,
then
listen to me. This is. Hey, excuse me. This is because this again. When you're with your fucking MAGA math, with your MAGA math, this literally Parker coined it, MAGA math. This is, dude. You're proving our point by what you're saying. The fact that we're up here and we're like, hey guys, the bar for president of the United States should be higher than the convicted felon found liable for sexual abuse who says you can grab women by the blank, tried to overturn an election, found liable for business fraud. We're like, guys, the bar should be higher. And you're attacking me and being like, oh, well, some people call you a narcissist, just like they call Donald Trump a narcissist. Don't compare me to the president of the goddamn United States. Please. It's
you're
absurd.
advocating for the next president of the United States. So yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Please, wait, I'm sorry. Chris is not running for the president of the United States. Chris hasn't done anything near to what Donald Trump has done, and to try to put them on the same scale is ludicrous, but he's also not running to be president. So we're not holding Chris to the standard of somebody who's going to be the next president of the United States, right? So even if Chris says something that you would be like, yeah, I don't want my president to say that, congratulations, Chris is not going to be your next president. Capiche? Good. I'm glad we got past that.
Do you guys agree with just leaving fucking weaponry in Iraq?
Well, good thing we didn't do that. And it was not Iraq. It was Afghanistan.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I mean, fucking.
Hey, bro, what are the three branches
not
of
the
the
same
government?
country.
What are the 3 branches of the government, big dog?
Fucking repeat yourself.
What are the 3 branches of government, big dog?
I mean, we got the judicial, we got the legislature, and then we got the fucking.
Not the legislator.
Yep.
You guys are cute.
We're what?
Now you're getting mad. See, this is what Park talks about. The goal up here is not to make fun of people or I certainly don't know everything. I get things wrong on live all the time.
I know. So
it's that no. It's that excuse me. I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's that ignorance is bliss, and you need to fucking go to therapy. If you're getting mad, if you're the first words out of your mouth when you want to talk about politics and someone's like, hey, do you know what you're talking about? And you get angry. You're like, oh, this is such a joke. Look at these kids. Bro, get help. It's okay not to know things. But when you come up here like an arrogant piece of shit and you're like, oh, this, obviously we're going to make fun of you. You could just be like, I don't know the answer to that. You could say that. You could be like, damn, I should probably research. It's almost like when you get up here and talk about politics and who you're voting for, and you can't name a piece of legislation, you can't name anything Biden has really done, and you can't talk, you literally don't know the three branches of government. Effectively, what you should do is get off the live and go, damn, you know what? It's not a bad thing that I don't know, but maybe I should research more before I vote for president of the United States, because clearly, I'm underinformed. But instead, because, you have the emotional maturity of a fucking child, you sit up here and get angry when you don't know basic things.
This guy. Wait, I'm sorry, Lil, listen. Can we talk to Vile Sisson for a second? I'm sorry. This person, I just got to hear their voice.
Yeah, wait, bro. Hello?
What's going on?
Of course,
What's
they sound
going
like
on?
that.
What's going on, brother?
Can you name me one policy that Donald Trump influenced to get passed that benefits the middle class?
You talking to me?
You up there?
No,
Yeah,
shit, I'm talking to you.
Well, yeah, he didn't give all our money to Israel and Ukraine.
Oh, no, this guy. It's this guy. It's this guy.
Dude,
I'm voting for
it's like
Trump.
immediately when we hear the voice.
Yeah, no, I know you're right. It's that guy. It's that guy. Dude, this guy's such a freak. He's
Which
such a
guy is that?
weirdo.
Is that the guy who's super anti-Semitic?
Yeah, he's incredibly anti-Semitic. Yeah,
that makes sense. That adds up.
Yeah.
Anyways, Chris, enlighten me. I've been waiting for that answer. Enlighten
What
me.
am I enlightening you on, bro? I could do a lot of that for you.
The thing that you asked me a question on.
Honestly,
Cold, Chris. It's cold.
I don't even remember because you got too mad at me because
you're talking about the three branches of government, right?
Yeah. I asked you what the three branches of government.
Harry knows.
I asked you what the three branches of government were.
Okay, and I said enlighten me then. Go for it. Because you said ignorance is bliss, so here I am, open mind.
Executive.
No. Everybody, wait, hold
Finish
on.
it for me. Give me the two others.
I'm not doing it. I can't. I'm gonna actually
Sorry.
lose my.
Go ahead. Wait. We'll give you. Which one did you get? You said say the one you got again. I forget which one he got.
I think he said
He didn't get any of them. I gave one to him.
No.
What'd you give to him?
Did he remember?
I'm just letting you guys enlighten me.
What did I give to you? Which one did I give to you?
Judicial.
Okay.
But I think he called it. Okay, it was judicial.
You
and
were
then,
close with legislator.
Yeah, it was legislative.
Yeah, there we go.
Legislative.
That's
And then the third one,
It's
it's
not
it's like think of it like the president and all the little three-letter agencies. What branch is that?
CEO. The second letter in the CEO.
The second letter. Oh, executive? Is that?
Yeah, nice. Good job.
There we go. We're back in history class, guys. Fuck.
We gave you a little bit of help, and this is not history class. This is just common knowledge, bro.
This is actually the three biggest fucking goofballs on TikTok.
So real.
Homework's due at 5, or Parker's gonna I can't see.
Oh, we're gonna come after you. We're gonna say you're paid by the RNC.
Parker's got a wooden spoon and he's ready. Homework's due at 6, kids. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Bro, Parker's face in the dolphin diving video is so funny.
I know. No, Parker immediately goes. He goes. I think what he say. He was like, "Chris, are you okay?" I'm just laying there now, moving.
Listen to the sound of this video.
Yo, I appreciate you, Karen Parker. Listen. Wait.
Send me that video.
Wait, back
Please
it up
send
and
us
play
the group
for Parker.
chat.
Wait, back it up.
Chris, are you okay, bro?
No, I'm gonna post that, bro.
No, it's so funny.
yeah,
I'm
you're gonna
Parker's
post
like,
that,
Parker's like, dude, are you okay?
Dude, it's so funny. Sorry, Lol. Sorry, we're just laughing about some. Anyway, do you have any other things you want to talk about regarding MAGA?
I mean,
Excuse me.
I'm just gonna tell you this: if we don't fucking get our shit together as a country, we are just fucked. We got.
We don't do that by.
And I
electing Donald
think
Trump.
there's one side that's not getting their shit together and is following a guy no matter what the fuck he does. You could shoot a person on Fifth Avenue and you literally would still vote for him.
I mean, like I said.
Thank you so much, Cody.
This man's spoken with Kim Jong-un. This man's spoken with Vladimir Putin face to face in a solo room. No other president's ever done that without social security. But you guys enjoy your guys.
Chris, are you okay, bro? Are you okay?
God.
Sorry.
All right, Law.
Oh,
and he just left.
he left.
You got out of.
He said, "Dude, the noise though. It sounds like a bowling alley."
Every single time, right? Once you get
This
the
is
good
it,
ones.
guys. From earlier.
Why can't I add this George?
Thank you so much, Cody. I really appreciate it. And Arroyo, thank you for the $5 as well.
Hey, wait, hold on now. Should I make him big screen? He's about to dolphin dive. What do I do?
Yeah. Okay. Make a big screen.
Dude,
Hello.
Chris, are you okay, bro?
Yeah, I love that, dude.
Yo, what's up, Giovanni? Yo, Roy, thank you for the $25 on Cash App saying from Connor
Wait, Parker, I'm
Pendleton
gonna send
DNC
this to
payment.
you.
I appreciate
Please
you, big
send
guy.
it.
Yeah,
W Roy.
Here's my deal. I don't really like either one of them, to be honest. I feel like I'm actually starting to lean more towards RFK. But
Wait, what state do you vote in?
Tennessee.
Okay.
But here's the deal for me.
Wait, but why RFK, bro?
I know it's just he's younger. Well, he's a little bit younger than them. He's more in shape.
Really? Isn't he
I
in
know,
his
but
70s?
he's a little bit younger and he's more in shape. Like I've been watching videos of him of like just working out and stuff like that. Like his voice kind of gives me an off vibe, but that's besides the point.
Vile System just put in the comment section, did I get kicked? Bro, please. You just typed that in the comment section. I can't believe it.
He's only
Y'all
like 20 minutes
talk
long.
about kind of like all the things that Trump says and like how, like, I don't know if y'all think like Trump's a racist. I know I see that a lot. Like Trump says racist stuff or whatever. But
Yeah.
what
And he never apologizes.
What do y'all think when Biden said that if you don't vote for me, you're not black? Like, well,
All right. So first and foremost, we don't think that's a good comment. Second of all, what he was saying, it's a comment he was making on The Breakfast Club, hosted by Charlemagne the God. And on that show, it's a black-owned show, black-hosted show. And on that show, they say, if you don't use this phone, you're not black. If you don't wear this bracelet, you're not black. So Joe Biden was using that line to try to make it political. Now, did it come off in the way that he was intending? No. It obviously is not a good comment. I don't think anybody's like, yeah, that's great. He should have said that. We all think he shouldn't have said that, but he wasn't saying it with racist intent.
okay, what about the time he said that poor kids are just as gifted and just as talented as white kids?
Finish the quote.
I don't remember the rest.
Well, exactly, because everybody cuts off the quote. He goes on to say, like, that's not it. They just cut it in half. He goes on to say, this kid or that kid or that kid. It wasn't just like he just said it there. It was a long quote that people didn't like to.
Real quick.
What's the rest of the words?
Second
that
of
he
all,
said?
wait, doesn't Joe
it.
Biden apologize in all these circumstances? And now
Yeah.
name one time that Trump has ever apologized for something bad that he said.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say, like the last, like when Biden was at the State of the Union, his address was really good, but he referred to an undocumented immigrant as an illegal. That's the word he used. He said an illegal, and he was asked by the press because like that's not really like a term that a lot of people find appropriate. So he was asked by the press, like, "Do you regret saying that?" And he looked and he was like, "Yes, I do regret saying that. Like, I should not have used the term illegal." And he walked away. And he was like,
And Republicans got fucking mad at him.
Yeah,
for no reason.
it's like again, like he can and I agree, he shouldn't have used the term. But it's like we can, anyways. Real quick, Sean, thank you so much for $10 on Cash App for the Band-Aids. I might need them. And Roy, $25 on Cash App. W's in the chat for you. Never followed
Roy as
me.
well. Thank you so much for the $25 for the DNC payment. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Roy.
I appreciate you so much, Roy W in the chat. Last one, Kimberly on Venmo, $25. Thank you so much. It goes such a long way. You did nothing wrong. Hashtag justice for Chris. Thank you for everything you do to educate us. Kimberly, I really, really appreciate you. My DMs are always open. I'd like to follow all of you guys. I'm actually going to call it here. I'm going to hop off.
Coward.
Wait, that's right. That's right. I have a trip. Yo, Connor, thanks for the class. I really appreciate everyone's support.
You do not have a trip, actually.
I had 300K. I had 300K recently, which is a lot to do with a lot of you guys. So I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate it. Make sure you're registered to vote Biden 2024. And I have somewhere to be tomorrow. Isn't that right, Harry? He's like,
He said I got somewhere.
He's like,
we actually don't.
We literally don't.
We
Maybe
literally
we
don't, so I don't know
do.
where you're
We
I don't know
can't
where
tell
you're leaving
people.
for.
I love you guys. I'll see you later. Thank you guys so much. My DMs are open. I'll be live tomorrow as well.
Okay. Bye, Chris. Yo, Philip, thank you for the $2.
I was gonna say, I kind of look at politics with an open mind. I like to see both sides because I don't know how y'all feel about like religion and stuff like that, but I just went on a mission trip to El Salvador like 3 weeks ago, and their state of their government is just kind of like a little torn up right now. Like the dude removed the part of the Constitution that says he can only serve 2 terms, like
Yeah,
our president.
it's
So
not good.
it's.
So wait,
it's
do you think
actually-
that like a president staying in power improperly is wrong?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, so why would you even consider Donald Trump? I mean, he tried to stay in power in 2020 when he lost the election.
Okay. So
So
I agree with what you're saying, that if it really was, I haven't done too much research on it, but what I understood was that, or what I thought was happening, that he was just wanting it investigated. I could have been wrong. I didn't know, but what
no,
my
he
dad
wasn't
had
asking
told
just
me.
for. He wasn't asking just for it to be investigated. He was like actively trying to overturn it. Like he sent false electors to states, trying to pose as Trump electors to overturn certain results. Like in Arizona, they did it. In Georgia, they did it. In New Mexico, they did it, trying to like ignore the will of the people. He also tried to pressure his vice president to ignore and decline to certify the votes of the states that Biden won so that Trump would win. He called up legislators and like pressured them in individual states saying like, hey, I need you to find me votes, or I need you to call a special session and decertify Biden's votes so I can get the votes, like all this different stuff. He left. We're wrapping up here anyway. But yeah, so like he absolutely did try to overturn the election. So if you think that, you know, the guy doing in El Salvador trying to stay in power improperly and changing the rules so he could, then you definitely wouldn't be voting for Donald Trump, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm still kind of on the fence. Which, the only thing for me about Biden is that, like, I know it's probably like, this is why TikTok probably needs to be banned. But like, just looking at like videos of the way the dude moves and interacts, I don't really know why it just cringes me out. But it's the same thing for Trump. His mannerisms are, it's just old people in general.
You could just say it cringes you out, but it's at the end of the day, it's one or the other. Right? And there are so many more things I can give you that will cringe you out about Trump's behavior than Biden's.
Yeah.
Do you want me to
100%.
mention some?
Yeah.
Trump said that he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. Trump said that something he had in common with his daughter was sex when she said real estate and golf. Trump said he would date his daughter if it wasn't his daughter. Trump was okay and said okay with the fact that Howard Stern referred to his daughter as a piece of ass. He said okay.
Yeah, that's a little messed up.
He said that he grabs women by the vagina. He doesn't even have to ask.
I do remember.
So he doesn't ask.
That clip coming out back in 2016, whenever he got elected, and he never really addressed that clip. Whenever it, like, I never saw him even say anything about it, which I also thought was pretty weird. Like, even like that was one of their biggest pieces on him during the 2016 election. And
all of those things, he was held liable for sexual abuse. He said that he wouldn't have sexually abused E. Jean Carroll because she's quote unquote not his type. Then in a deposition, mistook E. Jean Carroll, the person who's proven to have sexually abused, with his ex-wife. So either his ex-wife is not his type and he still got with her, or it is the case that she is his type and he was lying to you right in front of your face.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And think about how disgusting of a statement that is anyway. That you wouldn't have sexually abused someone because they're quote unquote not your type.
That is
crazy,
disgusting.
dude.
Doesn't that imply that you would sexually abuse someone if they were your type?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like, what are you saying there?
I had no clue he said that. That's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, he's not a good dude. Like, and we should, like, I think as Americans collectively work to keep him out of the Oval Office because of his behavior. And you may not love doing it. You may not like Joe Biden. You may not agree with like the majority of his policy, but you know, at least he's like a good, decent guy who obviously cares about the country. He's dedicated his life to public service. And, you know, we can do, even if you disagree with Biden, you know, we can do 4 more years of that policy as opposed to like 4 more years of just like a predator who doesn't care about democracy at all.
Yeah.
34 felonies as well. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me ask this too while I'm here. Do y'all agree? Because I know Biden served 36 years in Congress. Do you agree that people should be able to serve that long in Congress?
I believe
I'm like sort of like indifferent, to be honest. Like, I think that there are like some amazing legislators who, you know, like I have no problem with them serving longer, but then like on the other side, I'm like, I don't think Mitch McConnell should have been there that long. So like, I'm somewhat indifferent.
Yeah, like what Harry's point there makes sense to me. Like, yeah, like we could have specific people that would be there long term that would be good and could do very much good overall. But I think that having a system with no term limits as it relates to this does actually produce more harm than it does good. That's what I would probably come from.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay. And I'll let y'all go. One more thing. Do y'all really think that Biden knew nothing about what Hunter Biden was doing over the past couple of years? You know,
100%. Yeah, there's just like there's literally no evidence. I mean, of Joe Biden being involved in any of it or having any knowledge of like what, you know, the Republicans are alleging. Like Joe Biden knew his son, for example, like was abusing substances, and there's like a leaked audio of a voicemail between Hunter and Joe, where that Joe Biden left Hunter. He's like, man, I just really want to get you some help and make sure you're okay. Like if you need anything, please reach out to me. Like he knew stuff about that, but not like, not anything that nefarious that Republicans insinuate, or there's at least just no evidence of it as of now.
Well, I did see the clip that they were asking Biden, would you pardon him? Would you pardon him if this happened? And he said no. So
yeah, he
said he won't. If he actually does follow through with that, that I will probably gain back some of the respect that I probably should give the man. But
he could pardon Hunter right now. I mean, he could pardon Hunter before the trial. He could pardon Hunter after the trial, and he has chosen thus far not to. So
yeah, well, that's pretty crazy. Well, I appreciate y'all.
All right, man.
Teaching me some things.
Yeah, no problem, Giovanni. Thanks for the conversation, man. You have a good night, okay?
You too, man.
Thanks, bud. All right, Parker, I'm going to wrap up the live here.
All right, for sure, bro. It was good coming on tonight. Hopefully everyone had a good night as well. Follow me. Follow Harry if you want to support us as always. Venmo, Cash Apps in the bio, everyone. But appreciate everyone coming up. Have a fantastic night, everyone. Peace out, Harry.
Thanks, Parker.
Have a good night,
appreciate you, man. Likewise. Thank you, Parker, for coming up. Thank you for Chris for coming up. So I appreciate everybody coming to the live tonight. So thank you guys. It was a fun one. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anybody on Venmo and Cash App. No, we're not. Fantastic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody in between. Thank you so much for joining the live this evening. I always appreciate you being here. Always appreciate you tuning in and watching. So make sure to, I post on every single social media platform. The link is in my bio to all of those platforms, the Twitter, the YouTube, the Instagram, the TikTok, of course, which we are on right now. So definitely follow here and then subscribe on YouTube. I just posted a brand new video today. I also tweet a lot during the day and I post on Instagram and all that stuff. So definitely check all of that out. And it is it's a Wednesday tomorrow. So I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you enjoy your Wednesday. And it's the middle of the week. Power through. If you're working, if you're still in school, take it easy, relax, and do your thing. But if you're interested in more political debates this evening, do me a favor and go raid my friend Isaiah R. Martin. Isaiah. Martin is spelled Martin. So as you know, Isaiah and Martin are always spelled. So definitely go raid Isaiah. He's doing political debates right now. Tell him I sent you. Say Harry Raid. Tell Isaiah I sent you. And he's doing more political debates this evening. So if you want more than what you just got here, I would highly recommend checking out Isaiah Martin. Again, Isaiah Martin, his profile picture is him in front of an American flag. So definitely go give him a watch and watch the debates and all that good stuff. So yeah, happy Juneteenth, everybody, as well. Happy Juneteenth. A federal holiday because of President Biden. So good stuff. What's his username? It's Isaiah R. Martin, or you can just look up Isaiah Martin. It'll come up. So definitely check him out. Go rate him. Go say hi and go tell him that we appreciate him. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. And we'll talk soon. Yeah? All right, ladies and gents. Have a great day tomorrow, and I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye, everybody.